Back. Ben's back.
Let's fucking do this. Let's fucking do this. Welcome to another episode of The Flank, ladies and gentlemen. We broke the world record of The Flank, At 8,500 viewers right now. That's absolutely insane. We're on the biggest train I've ever seen in my life, ever since just starting the stream. Like, I've never seen anything like this, but we got a lot of people. We're trying something a little bit different here today. We got everybody on camera today. We got Parasite, we got Karma, we got Ason, we got Attach, of course. We got Ben J, Nissim. We also got Methods, who's going to be joining in, but he got a phone call from a CDL team, so he's got to get that settled. But crazy.
Still dreaming?
He's free in the contract right now.
Crazy fucking day of COD, guys. Crazy day. Guys, I was fucking mind blown watching today. What were your guys' opinions? Ben, we'll start with you. This was fucking unreal, dude.
Green wall, baby. Brick by brick.
We had some crazy games, some predictable upsets, a blowout, and in that last series, we had a lot to talk about there, I think. No reaction from anyone.
All right, sorry.
Let me stop shooting bots so I can pay attention.
I got some breaking news. It's kind of sad news, but Seth said we're watching the match back. We're going over some stuff, or else I would. But they're doing stuff as a team, guys. So
how disrespectful that they're trying to improve their team. How disrespectful. Why would they try and do that?
If you ever want to join, let me know. But crazy day of matches, guys. This is absolutely insane. I've never seen anything.
Where am I hearing this?
Everybody's putting Leth in the chat. Let's get a Leth in the chat, bro. One day we'll get a Weth. But in the meantime, man, we're gonna start. We're gonna go in order like we always do. I know the last match was fucking nuts, and we're gonna get to it. But we got to talk about the other matches as well, because there's a lot to talk about. And we kicked it off with Atlanta Faze going up against the London Royal Ravens. This was insane because Faze, they came out to play today. They were all fucking pissed off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you expect anything different. I got love for my London guys, obviously being on the team before, but like it's Faze, man. Like, they're gonna come in, they're gonna take care of business. It's sad to see that London, their woes continue with just like inconsistencies, because like a lot of the maps I think were blowouts, correct?
Yeah, they got absolutely smoked.
So they didn't even give themselves a chance, right? And like that's just something that I guess he kind of like that's kind of expected from London. Now they're kind of inconsistent.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, no. I mean, I noticed that Dylan Codd had a rough series. It's weird because he's so fucking talented. It just seems like he doesn't have a slow down button. Sometimes we talk about people, needing to have a go button, but he needs the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, so Tom, it was pointed out to me. And then I should look into what the actual record is of Simp, BZ, and Arcides against Dylan Codd. And after the series, Tom, the number is not pretty.
Yeah, no, he had a rough one today. I think he ended up with like a .48 or something.
No, I mean, the stat's gonna blow your mind now. I mean,
what are half the people's stats?
What's the stat? What's the stat?
Yeah, break it down, Ben. Break it down.
That is true.
Yeah,
Damon,
that's a good point,
Damon. Ben loves it, bro.
Yeah. You want to bring it up, so say it. Come on. What is it?
So Dylan Codd is now an 0-8 against those three players, and this is since Black Ops 4. And he's won 3 maps and lost 24.
Sheesh, that's actually crazy.
That's pretty nuts.
I'm not. You can't even just sit there and single him out. Obviously, like
a lot of players are probably like that against those people.
Yeah, I'm sure there's people that.
But I think the main issue for Dylan going up against this team is like they match his pace, but they're so organized and together that like he can't get away with all the stuff that he does versus a team like this where he's playing like a slower team. He's more likely to get away from he's more likely to get away with some of the stuff he does from like playing those teams. But this team, they match his pace and they play very team-oriented, so he's just getting isolated essentially, Yeah,
no, 100%. I definitely agree. It's one of those things where it's like, if you're gonna play at that pace, you need to do it as a team, right? And I think that's what makes Faze so good is they all play to that pace. Like, they're all super aggressive and they work really well, like, off one another. So I think you hit that on the nose, Chris. I think that's a big problem right now with London. I think they just need to figure out a pacing thing. And the problem is with who Dylan's playing with, he needs to slow down. He has to. It's just one of those things where he's gonna have to adapt. Now, if you throw Dylan on a different team with some really aggressive players, I think he'll be a standout player. Like, I really do. I really do.
The thing is, though, it's like he's not the only issue on the team, because, as you said, everyone else needs to speed up. But also, 100%. Paul had a really rough series, I think, as well. Like, he didn't play very good, and out of Paul from the last few series they've played, like, you need him to play well if you are even going to stand a chance. But obviously, it could come down to a lot of things.
I was about to bring that up. I think the honeymoon period for London here is probably coming to an end. and reality is setting in, and they just gotta again figure out how to be a little bit more consistent. I think this is always gonna be a tough matchup for them, but they're now gonna be in a pretty interesting side of the bracket going forward and see if they can make a losers run.
Yeah, no, 100%. Is there anything that you guys noticed in this London series, this Faze London series, that caught your eye? Because for me, it was just an absolute bloodbath from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, was kind of a little bit. Go ahead.
Just watching like the match in general, like just watching him from here, because I didn't actually watch the match. Like you just see a lot of the time the London players are caught out alone, and once Faze gets that opening, like they're so good at collapsing on like hills and breaking hills whenever they get that one player, and I think that's like probably the main reason like that these guys are going to struggle and respawn versus this team. Is like they're so good at breaking when they get that opportunity, and London is giving them a lot of opportunities. Like you said, Dylan's kind of running out by himself, and then like they just like creates openings for Faze to basically just collapse on London and put the chokehold on them.
Yep,
Yeah.
no, 100%.
When Faze gets a setup, they just be holding it all the time.
I mean, I scrimmed Faze when I was on London, and there's just times where they looked different, bro. Like if you gave them one opportunity, they'd put you in a spawn trap, and it was not fun to play against. So you see kind of glimpses of that, happening in this series where they get that opening and they put you in a trap, man. And it's hard to get out of.
100%. They're a really fun team to watch, man. I said all the time with Atlanta Faze, it's just like you gotta play perfect to beat these guys, or you gotta catch them on a really bad day.
Bro, it's so impressive, Tom, because like
it is.
Like whenever this team is firing on all cylinders, they are uncontested better than any other team playing at their best. It's like it's not even close, and it's scary because they can do that so often. Then it's just ridiculous.
You know what's scary about it though is like when it gets to the major and you're having to play Faze in a best of 11. That's where it's like, dude, how the fuck? You know what I'm saying? A best of 11. You gotta beat these guys on 6 maps.
And they get the and if they're in winners, they get the veto advantage. So
wait, isn't it best of 9 or best of 11?
It's 11. Oh, it's a 9?
Best of 9, but you're still playing 4 S&Ds.
Oh, okay,
so
my bad.
A lot of their good maps are making it in. You're not
why
did I think it was the best of 11? I thought it was 11.
I like
but even 9, forget it. Even 9, it's the same shit. It's still a big series. A lot of maps to play. It's like it's tough.
Yeah, it's a daunting task for sure. Just to see that. And
I mean, I was gonna say, Ben, we could just go on to the next map. I mean, the S&D is where London really needed to take it. And they looked really good off the start. Faze was absolutely trolling in the first couple rounds of this S&D. They were definitely trolling a little bit. Again,
I'm surprised they play this map, bro.
They might be trying it out though, right? Because they probably I don't know how much this match meant to them. Did it mean a lot to them? It meant a lot to them in the seeding, but
it does.
After losing to LAG, I mean, even though that probably meant nothing. Like,
does anyone
they definitely didn't want to lose this match.
Does anyone know
match meant a lot for them? Yeah.
Does anyone know who's Team A or Team B? Sorry to cut you off.
Who knows?
Because that actually matters.
I'm pretty sure if you're white jerseys, you're Team A.
Yeah.
If you're not white jerseys, you're Team B. Like on the webcams.
Yeah. So
is that how it works?
I didn't even get to take a peek to who's wearing what. So.
Okay, that's an easy way to put it.
RC said they were Team A.
But you said white jerseys Team A? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So this means
that's crazy. Okay, I didn't even know that.
They changed it around though.
This is London's
pick. Well, I think you can like pick. You could like pick to be Team B though. Like if you win the coin flip.
Yeah. So this was London's pick. So that means what did Faze veto to get to here? Because if you
they showed it at the beginning, right?
Yeah, they showed it. They showed the vetoes at the beginning.
Faze probably veto checkmate.
Ben can rewind in. We can kind of just see what the vetoes are looking like. I see Looney in the chat. Looney, if you want to join up, let me know. You know where to go.
If you're a team like Faze, there's no reason you don't veto checkmate versus like any team, especially if you know you're this good at search, because playing maps like Express, Moscow, Miami that play more like traditional S&D maps where you can wrap bombs, outplay teams and stuff like that, that's only going to benefit a team like Faze.
Yeah, no, it's funny because I was gonna say, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. It's kind of stupid, but these motherfuckers, Chris, they're swimming in fucking cash, bro. In their fucking their intro video, it's kind of funny to see these guys are smoking everybody and they're swimming in cash. I'd be fucking heated. But you know what I'm saying? But yo, Asim, I want to get you in a little bit. What do you think makes this Faze squad so good, bro?
I mean, Chris said it before. I think it's just like the organized pacing they have. They match anyone with pace. They're super fast with their submachine guns. And I mean, I don't know why a lot of people aren't talking about it, but MC's got the #1 KD in stage 2. He's looking like an MVP candidate, but no one's really talking about it.
No, he's definitely looking like an... I said in the beginning, months ago, I said that this looks like one of MC's best games. He's obviously really fucking good at every COD he plays, but This game, he just looks like he's on another level. He just seems really comfortable.
The way the maps play, they fit him.
Yeah, they do.
Say, honestly, like I played with 3/4 of them in the beginning of the game in tournaments, and like we were playing with people who like didn't even fucking know what Call of Duty was, right? Like some of the times. And I don't know, dude. They all have like a really good winning mindset. Like there's a lot of people I just would never play with because like you just get like a feeling playing with them. But like you don't even have to like communicate with those guys, and they probably don't even really have to. They all know like the end goal, if that makes any sense, like when they're playing a game.
The objective, yeah.
100%. We got a big 50 bomb in the chat from not Evan. So holy shit, let's get some W's in the chat for Evan. Holy fuck, 50 bomb, unbelievable. Let's get a weapon in the chat. Ben, you want to run us through these vetoes real quick?
I mean, I don't. Looking at it, nothing really surprising me. Like on the vetoes, London banning Moscow, Atlanta, I guess, trying to stay a little bit from Apocalypse, but Atlanta did ban Checkmate S&D and Checkmate Control. So I don't know. Nothing really stands out to me much in this series.
This is a different team. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, these guys are a different team, obviously, with Paul. But seeing these vetoes kind of blows my mind because when I was on the team, we loved Moscow for both Hardpoint and Search. So seeing it gone just kind of blows my mind, in my opinion. It's not seeing Apocalypse and Checkmate like gone from ATL phase or Atlanta. It makes sense because Apocalypse is a really easy map to hold hills, so like you can pretty much lose that to like any team.
Chris, the reason why they vetoed Moscow is because that's statistically Faze's best map. Yeah, so.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah,
that definitely makes sense. I
agree with Chris on the Checkmate thing. I mean, I wouldn't want to play that map against anyone. It wouldn't matter who I was for that map.
Yeah. I mean, going into this S&D phase, they go down 0-2, and then they end up just start railing them, honestly. They just start coming back. They start showing what they can do. It seems like the only thing that hurts FaZe sometimes in S&D is they just get over-aggressive. They try to make solo plays. They get too confident. I think that's just their main problem. I think if they could just play together as a team, which they have been, they look great as a team this year. Like, their fundamentals look really good, and I think that's why they're just so good is because last year a lot of people could say whatever they want about fundamentals, and maybe that was the difference, right, between them and Dallas last year. It's just like Dallas was playing better as a team, but this year it's like a whole different ball game. So I think in S&D, I think that's their only issue is that sometimes they just go a little bit too rogue. You know how Tyler likes to play a BZ. A BZ's going to be in your face, and if he's not winning those ones, it can hurt them. But at the same time, he wins them like
exactly.
Literally most of the time.
That's also their strengths. Like the fact that they can make like those individual plays, and obviously sometimes it's not going to work. But like, dude, these guys are so good. You trust them to like make those plays. And granted, it doesn't work out some of the time. It's working out most of the time, and that's why like it 4v4 like last year. Obviously 5v5 was like less punishing, but 4v4 is way more punishing. So when you have players that are making those rogue plays and butchering them, like that's going to hurt you. But these guys are just so talented that you trust them to make those plays that are just going to like create huge gaps in like whether you're winning or losing a game.
No, 100%.
I just think this season it just seems like Tyler's just doing a better job of making his life matter in those situations. You know, last year was like feast or famine with the First Bloods. Like I feel like this year they're just doing a good job of like working that into overall strategy of how they play the map, and less of like, oh, if he gets blooded now, we're not really sure what to do.
Nah, for sure. I think, and like I said, I think that's just gonna be their downfall. If Tyler's not winning or BZ's not winning his ones, I gotta start saying gamer tags because people don't know names. But if a BZ isn't winning his ones, I think that's gonna hurt them. But I mean, for the most part, as long as they're playing around him and he's still doing what he always does. Shout out to Simp right here because this was incredible. I mean, even this round, right? Like Tyler, BZ, he gets picked out, but Simp, he just absolutely bails him out. He goes absolute rogue right here. Good use of the tacks, right? He gets back down, he gets weak, but he throws his tack down. He uses it to his advantage, and the last guy, he just kind of smokes him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was absolutely nuts.
A breakdown for sure. He broke him down.
Bro, Simp has been literally like the best player in COD for like a few years now.
Yeah.
Is that a bad take? I think that's a
that's not a bad take at all. He's been fried ever since he started, like, got into
literally
or became a pro.
Literally,
he's a hard player to read. He's a hard player to read. He doesn't have like like people will be like, oh, he's got a slower SMG playstyle, but no, like this guy literally he'll get aggressive, he'll hide in corners, he'll literally do it all. Like he's literally just such a hard player to read on the map because you never really know what he's doing.
It's super impressive, man. I've never seen a player like him who can just do whatever the fuck he wants to do. And you're right, Chris. Like. He's so aware. Like he just knows when to slow down, knows when to play aggressive. He plays really well off his teammates, has good comms, has a great shot. There's no weakness. Is there, if you could think of one weakness in Chris's game, what is it? Because I can't think of one.
I can't literally, like, I can't point anything out. Like when he's having an off game.
Use the sniper right now.
I guess that's true.
That might be though. I don't know. Yeah.
But when he's having an off game, like you can't really tell like what's going wrong for him. It just like it feels like almost like him performing is all on him at times. Like he just feels like if he's so good at the game that like he should always be like playing good for their team.
I think his only off series was against Paris in stage 1, and that was literally one series.
Yep. Every other series, he's just been so consistent. He's either going off or playing his role, letting the other guys go off. Like he's never doing anything like inherently wrong. So, yeah, Kai's the fucking best player.
I mean, that's the outlier thing, right? Because he's always having a positive impact swing wise on the team, but he's not out there just kill whoring and being useless on the map. Like you'll watch their gameplay and he's making the most of those kills count. I think that's what's so impressive about it.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree, and I agree with you too, Chris. It's like if he is having a bad map, it's Call of Duty, right? So you're gonna see him have maps that aren't his best. I mean, he's not gonna be able to just perform every single time. I mean, you know how maps go in COD, right? Like some days just things aren't going your way, but like 90% of the time they're just like he's always going off. Like he's just so consistent, and that's another thing. It's like the consistency with this team is just unbelievable. So they're gonna be a really tough team to beat, and I'm really excited to see what they can do going into the major. But people got a lot of work to do to catch up to these guys, because I know they lost to LAG, but at the same time, we broke it down yesterday on the show. They were definitely not playing like themselves. So people got to hope that they're either not playing like themselves or people got to catch up, because right now they just look like they're on another level. They end up closing out this S&D and then going into the control again. It was just a wipe. It was just an absolute wipe. Anything that caught you guys' eye in the control? Because for me, it was just the aggressiveness. They're just so annoying. So annoying to play with.
Same thing as always. It's like you give them one opportunity, they put you in a spawn trap, and you're done. Like they're just so good at that shit. So honestly, there's nothing really London could have done. They just got outclassed. They didn't really give themselves a chance on any of the maps. Yeah. And going back to what you're saying about their team, like they're just so scary, Tom. Like Cell is like one of those ARs that he's very ratty. He just makes himself a hard kill. Arcides is always like posted up, like covering lanes, and then you have Abizi who's just relentlessly aggressive, and Simp who's also like covering him and like filling in gaps. Like they have such a good team like balance, and then they play the game together, and they're talented. Like back in the day, you could get away with just being, a smart player, but now the smart players are also the talented players, and these guys just are different, man.
Yeah, they're different. I mean, we could skip by this, Ben. I mean, they just absolutely wiped them. We can go on to the next series, but one thing I do want to add is shout out to Arcides, man. This guy was on a 13 streak today. He looked like he was on the form of his life. He just played absolutely incredible, and dude, if they have an AR playing, their main AR playing like that, and then you got the other three just doing what they do, like they're just so well-rounded. So I just want to give a huge shout out to Arcides because he looked incredible today. Not like he doesn't look incredible every other day, but today he was just different. He was moving different, and it was awesome to see.
I feel like a big thing is like, I don't know. I mean, I know there's like 12 teams, but dude, I don't know if there's many teams who like can really just match like Simp and Abizi, like that actually have like two super solid sub players.
Yep, I mean the one that comes to mind was the world champs from last year, but they're not showing any signs of life this year. They look like a way different team, and obviously we'll talk about it.
Really good in respawn though.
Yeah, their S&D has been really shaky, really bad.
The other counter,
they look like ass in it.
The only like obvious, and I don't even think this is obvious. You have to catch them on a bad day. Is look at the times they've lost to Florida last year and this year to LAG. Like teams that play a little bit slower, and Faze is just getting really annoyed, or they're just playing a little bit too aggressive and they're just getting caught out. Those L trigger teams seem to be the one like issue they run into again if they play poorly on a given day.
Yep, 100%. We got the Vetoes on the screen, Ben. If you want to break it down, anything that catches your eye, just looking at it. I mean, 100 Thieves, you saw it on the screen. They started off all smiles. They were vibing. They were doing good, but it sure didn't end that way.
I mean, the only thing this is really well played, I think, from LAG in terms of Vetoes. It looks like Thieves got over their sort of Miami S&D Veto thing for a second. I don't think anything like too crazy, but just going this matchup, I think was always gonna be tough with Thieves playing with a stand-in.
Yep, no, I agree. I also want to give a. Oh no, go ahead, Dale. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that just sucks that they had to play with a fill-in who they haven't been scrimming with before, because I'm sure they put a ton of time in with Kenny, and like they probably were improving because they just spent like probably like a week together practicing and just finding each other's tendencies, how they like to play the game and stuff.
Yeah.
And then for him to just get sick, which is super unfortunate, and then they have to like go in with a fill-in, and if they would have won this could have definitely helped build some momentum going into the stage 2 major. So it just sucks for them that happened, but I definitely think this team could come out in stage 2 and play really well. Like if their team can make a loser run, I feel like this team can.
Yep, no, I agree. I mean, they have the talent to do so, right? And when I was going to cut you off before, Dylan, my bad, but I just want to give a shout out to Kenny, man. I hope he's doing okay. I know you know, he's obviously going through some stuff right now and he's not feeling the best, so you know, I just want to give my well wishes to Kenny because he's a good guy and he's a great player and his team really needed him. So you know, he's probably the best player on this team, at least in my opinion.
I would say so.
Yeah, I think Kenny's probably their best player.
So, you know, you got to feel for the 100 Thieves guys because they are trying to turn the season around, and then they just have stuff like this that just kind of hinder them. So, you know, I felt bad for them. And I really feel bad for Kenny. Yeah. I hope he's okay. And I appreciate the Wendy's in the chat, man. He'll be back stronger than ever, and just shout out to him, man. Get well soon, man. Get well soon.
Tom, you were talking about like the talent on this team, right? They obviously have all this talent, but like obviously it's different for every other series, but going to this series and like seeing their vetoes, they're vetoing like maps that are scrappy and stuff like that, like Garrison, Hardpoint, that's one of the maps they vetoed. They need to expand their map pool because right now it seems like they like playing a lot of the discipline maps, right? They like to play Moscow, they like to play your raids, you know, they like to play those bigger maps, and that doesn't make sense to me. You have this young guy in Venom, right? And in this series you have Donnie, and like you're playing these discipline maps where like teamwork and one mistake can screw you. I feel like they need to expand their map pool and start using the talent that they have to play these maps that are a lot more scrappy and rely less on just being super disciplined and actually like slaying out, you know?
Yep, it might be a thing, maybe just like because they obviously practice every day and they scrim every single day. So I wonder, maybe they just think this is one of their stronger maps. But I agree. I mean, if they can expand their map pool and start making some of these maps a little bit mixier, it'll probably be better for them because they'll probably be able to take some maps here or there. But they were getting absolutely mopped on this raid. It was bad. And obviously LAG was just taking advantage of a very weak 100 Thieves right now. And nobody on the side of 100 Thieves was doing anything this map. I mean, they were all negative. They were all getting smoked. They weren't getting kills. They're getting beat off rotation.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
It was rough to watch.
Killhorn or something.
Yeah. So one thing, just to follow up from something that was said earlier, Slasher said in the chat that actually the Hardpoint vetoes were swapped, so they banned Moscow. I think the other map got banned by LG. Was
really? That's my bad. Okay. That's my bad.
No, the graphic was wrong. Obviously,
the graphic was wrong. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's tough. That's interesting. The graphic was wrong. But yeah, no, I mean, Austin, I would love to get you on one day, man, so you can talk a little bit about this year, because I know Austin, right? He's frustrated. Slasher, I saw a tweet that he said he just felt like, you know, nothing's going right this year, and they just been going through it a little bit. But you know, you want to hope to see if they can bounce back. I think very highly of everybody on this 100 Thieves roster. You know, there's no bad blood or anything, right? I'm just calling it as I see it, and they just do not look good right now. They really don't. And you got to start thinking, you know, if they don't turn it around, maybe we see more changes, right? I mean, at this point, it's just not working. It's just not working, and obviously they didn't have Kenny, so, you know, I don't want to talk about it too much, but there's definitely a lot of talent that can be picked up, and you got to start thinking, when is the time? When is the time that maybe they start making some more changes?
I don't know. They seem pretty chalked.
They seem chalked, right? It's not even about the gameplay, Damon.
I don't think like that. Yeah, no, but I'm just like, as an unbiased outsider, like, I don't know. I think they're just fucked, honestly.
Yeah.
The body language.
I hate to say that.
The body language. No, I mean, you know, be honest.
There's no trust on that team.
Trust me, I beat one team last year. Like, I can see it.
Yeah. No, 100%.
wait. On the topic of this match, dude, shout out Silly. Good heavens. He's actually been
Justin's
like...
been frying.
He has been frying, bro. And yeah, exactly. Yeah. On the Faze series, like, you needed somebody to step up with Reese. And Reese gets a lot of flack because he runs around and like people think that he plays a lot of solo. But he's been playing good statistically, right? And putting a lot of pressure and stuff like that. You needed somebody on that team to help him out. And Silly has been that guy in the searches, in the hard points, and everything. He's literally been playing his role so well. And he's also one of those players that flies under the radar. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like being an explosive player. But dude, he's been frying for this team in the last 2 matches they've played.
Yeah, no, we got to give our hats off to LAG, right? They beat Faze. They came out here and they 3-0'd 100T. Like, as bad as 100T are looking, We also got to give credit to LAG, Los Angeles Guerrillas. They come out, man, and they look like they're on full form right now. It's just all working for them. You know, Reese is, I've always thought really highly of Reese, and he's been doing his thing. And now just seeing the other 3 guys just kind of step up and try and just, you know, play their game. It's incredible to see because these guys have been around for a while, right? I mean, the World War II COD champs. They're definitely looking really good. So shout out to LAG. This series was just kind of a blowout, right? It's kind of hard to talk about it. It's kind of hard to talk about a couple of the first 2 series because like they just blew by so fast. But huge shout out to Silly.
Yeah.
One thing as we start to watch as S&D, sort of an obvious change other than the personnel with Temp stepping in was TJ running a flex. Do you guys think that long term that's the best play for this team if they have to stick with the current personnel?
I mean, I don't think TJ would be bad on the flex. I think he just didn't have enough time to get prepared. But I know TJ last night, I was talking to him a little bit in the team speak, and he was 1v1ing Caesar Skies on Miami, just 1v1, just trying to get his AR shot up. And they were just kind of battling it out. And also shout out to Caesar's girlfriend. She's the one who showed me how to do this camera thing when we were in the team speak yesterday. She gave me the tip about doing this because I was trying to figure out how the hell I can get everybody on camera. And she let me know, and she gave me a program that can help us. So shout out to Karina and shout out to Skies, man. I absolutely love those fools. So shout out to them. But anything in this S&D, this Miami this map, bro, I'm still not a fan of it. I'm gonna be honest. Not a big Miami S&D fan, but I am a big S&D fan. So I always appreciate a good S&D. But this was looking a little rough as well.
The only thing I wish about this map, like besides this game, is I just wish it was daytime, man. Like I'll take this map.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just make it daytime, bro. Like it's hard to see people. Like my eyes are cross-eyed on the map when I'm midstream and I'm looking at all these spots. I can't see the guy until it's probably too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They need to make it daytime, and they need to just like if they just cut out the random like stuff around the map and just kind of made it a little bit smaller, like the middle part, the couple buildings, and that's it. But there's so many like random back alleys and stuff. You know? Yeah, just they got a little. Trim it, give it a shape up, all that, and it'd probably be a better map to be honest.
I mean, I also.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Damon. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how do you guys like feel? Like, I only played S&D with fucking smokes and snipers.
Yeah.
But you feel like it's really hard to like play offenses on a lot of these maps, like.
I wouldn't not necessarily.
No,
I think
not.
Checkmate is the only offensive where like you're like fuck, let's try to pull a miracle. But like for Miami, like the other one was Garrison. Damon, but I'm glad that they took that out.
Oh yeah,
that one was rough. Garrison was rough.
That was the main problem with the S&D before is that you load into a Garrison or a Checkmate and you're thinking, okay, who's gonna win offenses? But now that they took out Garrison, like the only map now is like Checkmate. But I mean, Express's offenses are really good. Miami's are really good.
Yeah, Raid's good too.
Raid's good too. So
I was just generally curious how you guys felt about it because
it's not that big of a problem.
The only reason though, however, that like Moscow and Miami are like good, are like still like winnable on offense is because of the size of the map. So you can force rotations and fakes easily and rotate.
Yeah.
It seems like you have more room on those.
Yeah. If the maps weren't that big, this meta would literally be impossible on like some of these maps. But like it's just a coincidence the map design for some of these are just so big. Otherwise, this like meta would have been unplayable.
I
Right now,
I'm like
it's not that
surprised
bad.
people still allow Checkmate searching. I feel like it's so limited.
That's a map.
What you can
That's
do.
a map you let in or play as if you just think you're not a good search team. Literally, that's literally because you just gamble on winning Ds.
Yeah, that map is just like taking chows, hoping the timing's going your way. I feel like there's not a best. Usually, there's always a best way to play a map, but that map. Just I don't know if there's a best way to play it consistently. I know there's teams that like it, but even the best teams at that at Checkmate S&D can
I mean,
still
you might
lose
get
it.
wall banged through the wall.
Yeah,
you might
get wall banged
not.
sometimes. You might see your foot sometimes. Like,
there's only been 4
only so much you
A-bomb
could do.
plants all year.
No. I think there's been 5. I think there's been 5 now. There was
Okay,
someone
plus
said
one. Let's go.
There's been like 5.
I'm a part of one of
absurd.
them. I'm a part of one of them. I'm glad to say that.
Hey, let's go, Ace. Come on.
That took some balls right there. Again,
Way to get that down.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, 100 Thieves, they start off good on this map. This would have been a huge W for them if they could have came out and just took this S&D.
100%. Like, I mean, you don't really expect them to do that great, obviously, because like they're not playing with Kenny. But I mean, yeah, they did start off good.
They started off good.
I mean,
Now,
this
fucking
is-
Fargo turns up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Justin, he went crazy this map.
These guys had
First
angles
map.
that shit I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was telling Tej, I was telling Donnie, I was like, dude, I was in my living room on my 65-inch TV, and I didn't even fucking see you top piano or whatever. I don't know how he got you.
Nah, yeah, that was a nice angle. Because usually, like, you're at that angle from the top, looking at the people crossing shortcut, but Reese kind of like flipped it and just had an AR staring top, so he just got a free pick, and
No,
I mean,
yeah,
that was just a very good angle.
From playing LAG in S&D, especially like that being their strong suit, Miami and Moscow are like their two far and away best S&D maps. And like, I don't know, you can see them in like these rounds in Miami, like they just slow the game down perfectly for like their type of like role style with like Silly and Assault with the ARs and App and Vivid like roaming and purple. Like they just do a good job of like knowing where their strong suits at on the map and then just like play accordingly. Like you always see Justin here in this back alley, like always. Like
Did Justin not know there was a building there?
I think he tweeted something about like his streak. I think he said he pinged his artillery and then he freaked out and misclicked and called his cruise missile after that.
Damn.
I think that's what his tweet said because we were all questioning that.
If Assault gets like a little bit more,
Dude,
like,
it was doable.
It was so doable.
Crazy.
It was so doable.
1 second.
And he caught him at a good time with Donnie running away.
Yeah, he
like,
did.
Yeah, that would have been insane. That would have been a 1v4, right?
Yeah, it would have been. I think it would have been.
That would have been nutty if you
That
got
would have been nutty for sure. Bro, one thing I wanted to say is the map pool. I want to expand the map pool a little bit. I apologize for people in the chat. I just had to add something to the screen real quick, but I want to see an expanded map pool, especially in S&D. I say it all the time about standoff, right? But I'm like the biggest standoff lover, bro. I love standoff. So I would definitely love to see that get brought into it a little bit. I think that'd be huge.
Dude, we need something to get rid of checkmate. Period. Like it's not a playable map. It's
what about
it's a bailout map?
Checkmate, and then what even about APOC Hardpoint? Because that map has been played like what 2 or 3 times for this stage. Like, and I don't know if that's because it's just a new map and people didn't really have time to learn it, or is it just because it's a bad map and people don't actually like it.
It's gassed. I think it's gassed.
You think APOC Hardpoint's a bad map?
I think it's gas.
Were you not listening to my explanation?
That's what I'm saying. You said Hardpoint.
He's not saying it's necessarily a bad map. He's saying people aren't playing it. So is it because
it's new, or is that because it's a bad map?
I don't think that's a bad map. I don't know where you guys think that it's a bad version of the Hardpoint
I will go ahead and say, Ben, that maps like Apocalypse, maps like Raid, they're more of the they're really punishing maps, like especially because of that P2 hill on Apocalypse. That teams that are genuinely talented and stuff like that don't want to play those maps. They don't want to play a map where it's like one mistake will cost you. That's why you see like Faze get rid of it. I mean, I'm not saying that's why, but like.
But isn't Raid a very similar map? Like
Raid is, but it's not as bad. It's not as bad.
Raid isn't as.
I think Raid's more spaced out, so
Raid
there's more opportunities to get consistent breaks. Whereas Apocalypse is probably the smallest hardpoint map, right, next to Garrison.
So right now, in terms of total points scored per hill, 3 of the top 5 maps are P2, P3, and P4 in Raid. So I think it's just as punishing on Raid. No.
No, but I feel like there's
more money hills.
Yeah, you can get to other hills to break them, or get the rotation to the next hill to hold that for a full 60. Compared to Apocalypse, like the first 1 and 2 hills, if you hold the first hill, you're pretty much guaranteed to hold the second hill.
Apocalypse is literally hacking yard, and no one will tell me otherwise.
P2 for Apocalypse, you just had to ramp. I think it makes P2 like a little bit.
I said they need to move it. They needed to move it to the gold, like the gold block room, like right behind the hill. Like I said that in the last time I was on here, and I think that would fix a lot of the issues. But I'm not even kidding. That map is Hackney Yard. First hill and second hill are tied together. Third hill is a scrap fest that is just nades. Like it's literally an open little box with nades. It's literally Hackney Yard third hill, right? And then you have the other hill that's like in another box, kind of like a building. Granted, it's a little bit open. And the 5th hill is also a money hill. Like,
my God, the map layout's the same.
I'm telling you, it's Hackney Yard, and
the issue though is you can't have 4 maps.
That's crazy. I actually never thought about it like that.
I never thought about it like that.
We're playing fucking Hackney Yard again.
I thought of P1 and P2. Like Haggy is definitely right. With
P1 and P2 and P2 are literally stringed together. Third hill rotates adjacently into like green, which would be the 4th hill, and then 5th hill is away from both of them. It's Hackney Yard.
We get a map overview of both the maps real quick.
You might be onto something. You can't remove the fifth map because then Vetoes basically you ban 2 maps and those are the 2 maps you play.
They need to replace it.
That's what I'm saying, Dill. That's what I'm saying.
So
Cross.
Do we have a current map in the current map pool that you
We
would be
don't
able to
right
replace
now.
with?
We do not right now.
No, baby.
We need another map. If
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
map
new
like
map,
Standoff,
baby.
Standoff,
Let's go.
if a map like Standoff comes in that's playable on multiple modes, I'm not even kidding. We should just instantly replace it because Apocalypse is one. It's not even being played, and secondly, the map layout is just not good. And I get it. It's aesthetically pleasing. Like it's a cool map.
It is a cool map. Yeah.
But like the spawns, the hill layouts, it's just not fun to play.
I mean, people must think there's a problem. Like, we played a map with a fucking avalanche in AW. Like, if people aren't picking Apocalypse right now, like, they must have some bad thoughts about it.
Damon, that map was
literally-
actually good. That map was actually
I was
good
literally
too,
in
Drip.
Champs Grand Finals and fucking an avalanche was hitting me.
You're the
I was trying to
siren
roll
going
it off,
Really?
like,
That's actually nuts. That's actually
I
nuts.
bought a
didn't even
fucking
know that.
snowboard for my life. Like, Jesus.
That's crazy, bro. I'm actually mind blown right now that you brought up that Hackney thing, because now I'm like thinking about the layout in my head, and I'm like, holy shit, it's fucking Hackney Yard. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you're welcome. Now you'll never look at that map the same again.
Gee, you're right. You're absolutely right. You just ruined it for me. Fuck. Crazy stuff.
You gotta have some balls to
Wow,
pick
Dylan,
Apocalypse
I'm
too,
mind blown.
because that means you're gonna get the bad side on it. So you're giving teams that P1 into P2, but you try to be confident enough you can break it. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
actually a good point, Dylan. I wonder
you
if
have some
that 'cause
big ass balls to pick that map.
Wow.
it's
Big
getting
balls.
like a mix of getting banned in
Huge
series and just
balls.
being that third map that doesn't get picked. So that's sort of the taunt, to use sort of a fancy word, is sort of interesting to see if teams get more
Yeah.
confident on bad side and are willing to pick it.
Facts.
And then this map again, LAG.
Yeah, I've played Apocalypse once in league play. That's the only time I've seen the map.
Did you like it?
Did you like it, Damon?
I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. It's
It is
just straight
cool.
up fucking gunny. Like, I don't know. That's all I learned from it.
See a lot of
Wait.
people saying which
I
map. We're
lost.
talking about
Wait.
Apocalypse, guys.
I didn't win.
Wait, where's Zinni?
I don't know. He's on
Hello?
the phone call with a CDL team still.
I don't know. He's been away for a long time. Chris was trying to say it's Postmates. Good one, Chris.
Yeah,
I
come
knew
on,
it
Chris.
all along.
Yeah.
CDL
Yeah,
I wouldn't
intel.
know.
I was
bro.
back in your
He's
beat,
reading
though. I
his
was there
email
with
right
you.
now, proofreading the check. What? Probably making $400 to $450K a year salary.
Wow.
So, you know, you got to think. If you're Zinni, welcome back to the league.
Is that breaking news? Breaking news on the flank.
always breaking
Zinni's
news on
coming
the
back
flank,
into
man.
this. There's always breaking news. I mean-
Teach popped off this map, I think, with the
Yeah.
fucking assault rifle.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but we'll
no,
get to
Teach
round
can definitely
five.
Teach could definitely run an assault rifle. He just needs more
Yeah.
time with it. That's the problem. They just threw it in his hands and been like, "Here, play a league match." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks that he got thrown into a bad situation. The whole 100 Thieves team got thrown into a bad situation, including Donnie. So it's like, it sucks, man.
Yeah.
And it was funny too because Donnie tweeted out, he was like, "I'm just gonna go fucking rogue." I mean, at this point, you know, like fuck it. Obviously the whole team somewhat struggled, or they did struggle, but what are you gonna do? You know what
I
I'm
actually
saying?
do have some insider intel about 100T, which I feel even worse for them because the day before yesterday, we were going to play them for our second scrim, and we couldn't because apparently Kenny's like computer his PC just stopped working, and so we waited like 30-40 minutes. He tried to get a new PC and they couldn't like get it fixed, and so they had to chalk that scrim up, and the following day he gets sick and can't play the match. So it's like they've just been going through it recently. It's just like unfortunate stuff happening.
It's just a bunch of series of events. It's like they can't catch a break. I mean, they weren't performing, you know. I don't want to cut them too much slack because let's be honest, right? Like they're not performing. So it sucks that everything's going on right now, and I really do feel for them, and I hope they get it all settled soon. But at the same time, hopefully they can turn it around because, you know, 100 Thieves, man, you know, they want to win. You know, they definitely want to win. They're a big organization. Nate Shot just got into COD, so you gotta think. You know, you gotta think.
You gotta think.
You can't just say you gotta think without doing the voice.
You know, you gotta think.
Dude,
Yeah,
all
if the
the
100
things.
Thieves doesn't
Tommy,
start
you
winning
gotta
some
think
games.
with the big 3-piece out of Austin to break the P1 right
You
here.
gotta think. You know.
I wanted to highlight.
Nice pause, Ben. I like that. Go ahead.
I wanted to highlight the situation. Let's talk about the map because I think what happened here on the ace side is just a combo of sort of where the vibes of the team at. Maybe the communication's a little bit off because they get a good chance to sort of extend this round, and they end up taking a couple of unnecessary chows. And
Wait,
setup
run it back
breaks.
to where Austin actually
Deposed.
breaks it.
You wanna
Because
go back before
Austin
this?
goes massive.
Yeah, because Austin goes massive. Like right here in this type of situation, it should be chalked.
Yeah,
Justin's
yeah,
on the
yeah.
guy that
Well,
hit.
this
He's
is
hitting
nice,
it with a
really
couple
nice
snakes,
shots there.
They get
Really
the
nice
bees.
shots.
kills.
You know?
Oh wait, I'm watching on the wrong. I'm watching on.
Yeah,
the
you're
actual
watching on
stream.
the
I'm
wrong one,
behind.
yeah.
I'm faded.
Then another big kill out of Austin.
Great shots.
Okay.
And
Great shots.
another
Misses.
big kill out of Austin. He dies. You know, it's all good.
And then right here, they don't pick up their pinch.
Yeah, bro, it's 3 down. You know the last guy's mid. Like, he has to be pinching.
Yeah, he's either pinching or hitting pillars, and nobody's even looking at it, which is crazy.
And Tommy, they get a far spawn and they don't even say anything.
Yeah,
like,
they get a deep spawn. They should know 100% that guy's pinching. And it's the little things like that. Like, it's little things. It's like this team should know that. Like, you're right, Asim. Like, they should just know. You get a deep spawn, he's got to be pinching. You get 3 dead, you know one's missing. It's like, somebody fucking turn around. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. But I mean,
Donnie, unnecessary child right there,
ladies and gentlemen, you got it.
You got it. Zinny's back. Zinny's back.
It's obviously quite the match coming up. We have the big Optic series. I see the chat. I was on the phone with family, right? It's Easter. I was talking to the grandparents. I was talking to the family.
It's a weird way to spell COD.
It's a weird, we'll go with that one. We'll go with that one. Zin, I sent you the link and the password. Join on or join up. Put your.
This will put my webcam on as well.
Yep. Just join up, put the password in, and put your camera on. No audio, and you're good to go.
Audio, yeah.
But let's get some W's. Let's get a Winnie in the chat because he came back and he's here. Appreciate you, Zin. It's always a pleasure, Zin. We need you, man. The chat, they love you. They absolutely love you, man.
You see me?
Yeah, you're there, Zin. Look at him. He looks phenomenal. Let's get some Winnies in the chat. He looks, and now it looks even. Look how nice that looks with 6 people. Look how nice that looks.
Yeah.
Wait, why on this website do I only see myself?
I don't know. I don't know.
On the link? No, on the same way. It's the same way.
Yeah, you only see like yourself on the link.
I was gonna say there's 2 people watching me.
I'm here to make a statement.
Who's the other one?
I don't know, dude.
I'm here to make a statement.
We got breaking news. We got breaking news from Zinny. He's got a statement. Go ahead, Zin.
If Tommy does not hit 8,000 motherfucking subs, this will be the last time you see me on a flank, and that is a promise.
Wow.
We're under 500 away.
Zin to sell out.
And if you enjoy me, I'm helping my friend out. I think you deserve it.
Appreciate you, Zin.
And unless we hit it, you won't see me ever again.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Hey, I appreciate you coming on, though. I want to shout out everybody in the stream because this is absolutely nuts. We broke the record on the flank. We're almost at 10K viewers, which is absolutely insane.
He's here just in time for the Optic match.
Just for the best match.
Listen, real quick,
I think not, Damon.
I heard Haggy gassed about Silly, and I got to give Silly credit, right? He's been playing well. He's still fucking horrible, but he has been playing well. I mean, you gotta tip your hat to him. You know what I mean? So, good for him. I'm glad he's been able. No, I'm
he's
kidding.
doing his thing, Zin. He's doing his thing. What are you gonna say?
We have this fake little beef. Obviously, we've all seen the tweets, but
it was fake beef.
Don't at Justin.
I mean, yeah, bro. I've gotten dinner in Vegas with Justin. I mean, like, there's no bad blood there, but he's horrible. But he's been playing well, so.
I don't know. I think there's still. I think there's still
Silly on the flank.
I think there's still beef here. We don't got any room, but fuck it. I don't even give a fuck if anybody else wants to join. Like, we're running out of room here, but I don't even care. But
Optic series.
We got Dallas Empire versus Optic.
All right, Ben, give us the Veto breakdown
Optic
here,
Chicago. Ben, break it down. Break it down.
I don't know if it was on the last show or a show earlier this week that this would be like a lot of checkmate series. That sort of makes sense based on how these teams sort of veto. Hardpoint vetoes are pretty straightforward. Dallas hasn't played Apocalypse at all in the split. Chicago's been Garrison since they went on that losing streak on that map. S&Ds kind of makes sense. Except for one thing, I'm actually maybe a little surprised that Dallas banned Moscow. I know they're pretty decent at map, and Optic's win record's like kind of mixed on that. So curious if that's sort of a matchup thing maybe between the 2 teams. And
what the
control
fuck are you wearing, Damon?
You like my ears? Want to pull my little ears?
What the fuck you got on there, Damon?
There's something.
I was looking for my zebra
It's got
thing.
derailed, man.
I was looking for my zebra thing, but I only got the cheetah.
Ben, I'm sorry to derail you.
Dude,
What is
that?
that?
You just straight up kill my segment, man.
Is that your outfit or is that Bella's?
It's mine.
All
I
right.
was looking for my zebra. I was gonna like be a Fargo, but
I was gonna be a
today.
Hey, I kind of like it though.
I'm all self-conscious. I'm taking my ears off.
No, I like it. I like it. I like the ears. It really brings out your eyes. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
There's something
Tommy,
not right
you
with
gotta think we're 200 viewers off 10K, man.
You gotta
Congrats,
think.
dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta
gotta
think.
think. We gotta get more and more people in here right
one of the
now.
top shows, and
In all-time odds,
we have Nameless who wants to join us.
I was gonna say. What were Nameless's thoughts on this series? Nameless on the desk. How you doing?
So Nameless obviously likes to bring his incredible expertise. He has his thoughts about the match as well as the stream so far. So Nameless, take it away. Wow, I'm mind blown. Thank you, man. It's always good.
It's always a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? One thing I gotta say. One thing I gotta say about Nameless is he always comes on and he always got so much insight. It's always a pleasure. He's a staple in the scene. He always has so much knowledge to bring. So shout out to Nameless, man. It's always good to have him on the show. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, his expertise is second to none. And you know, right next to him we have Ben, right? So Ben, let's get back into your analytic talk. Obviously, you wanted to discuss some vetoes. It's this first.
No, it's over now, bro.
Ben, this is what happens with Ben, man. This is what happens. That's a Len. Let's get an L. Let's get a Len in the chat. Use the emote. We got a new emote. Use the Len emote.
Zin owes me a drink next time we're in.
This is about a point where Ben goes, really curious with these vetoes because, like, say versus Faze, I'm not sure Dallas would choose this map.
I like that impression of me.
But,
hang on, we're going to break down the vetoes.
All right, dude.
Let's not kill Ben's idea, guys.
No,
it's
fucking no. It's funny
sound like a
because
manly man,
no,
baby.
it's fucking comedy because my Ben impression sounds nothing like Ben. That's why it's fucking hilarious.
No, it's Preston's Ben impression that you stole. That's what it is.
Who's this? Preston's? I stole it.
Yeah, this is originally
You're a
Preston's.
copycat?
I ain't no fucking copycat. That's
Yo,
bullshit.
Zin, I got a question for you. Like, so I know you're close friends with Ant. Like, is he annoyed with the mind blowing meme, or is he?
I think think he loves it. But
okay,
less
good.
about it. And I'm happy to say I just received a call from Mike Castro Rafael. Obviously the Dallas Empire CEO. He's going to join us after the review of the series because he wants to say a few things, but not now. Just letting you guys know that Mike will be joining us later.
It's always a pleasure to talk to Mike, right? Staple in the scene, longtime vet. He's been around for a long time.
Spot or something.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a long phone call. I think Zinni might be capping a little bit, but you know,
the family. Come on, the grandparents love to talk.
Yeah, no, I feel that. You know, Italian families, right? You always got to make the phone calls in. Always. I made my round earlier in the day before I turned the stream on. So always got to say hello. Happy Easter to everybody who's celebrating.
20 viewers away from 10K.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. We're about to hit 10K.
Tell everyone, tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Tell everybody to join in.
Why is my viewer thing not refreshing?
This is absolutely surreal. I'm mind blown. This has never happened. 10 fucking thousand viewers are in the stream. We broke a record here.
Guys, Haggy does not hate me. Chris, are you there?
No, I don't. No. There's no bad blood.
Okay, thank you.
I'll shoot. I'm literally sitting there just doing multiple things at once. So I'm
Gentlemen, we're having a great discussion, but we should probably talk about the map in front of us.
Yeah, we will.
Actually, pause it.
Yeah, I want to pause it.
What happened between Methods and Parasite and like their new team on Wester?
We talking about
I'll tell you what happened.
I think Chris is a great player.
Had nothing to do with
brings a lot to a team.
I'll tell you what happened. All right, Wester, they're changing every week. So Zen, you got a week. So do the best you can. You know, these guys are crazy. These guys are crazy. They were the best team in challengers, and it wasn't even close. And then they had a couple bad weeks, and they said, you know what? We're gonna blow up the whole fucking team. And ever since then, who was that? Who just tuned in?
What was that?
10K, baby, woo!
Oh, damn.
10K, let's go.
Just like that, let's get a round of applause.
Everyone get the wank in the chat.
Let's get a Zoom Mafia spam in the
We
chat.
love the
We're
wank.
coming in strong. Appreciate the 10K viewers. Absolutely unreal. But yeah, this was crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Damn, Mason, what are you popping off fucking shots?
Yeah,
Right, holy fuck.
10K, dude.
Get
Like,
down, baby, get down. But we can go back into the match, man. We had Dallas Empire versus Optic Chicago, and this was a crazy match. This whole series was close as fuck. I was biting my fucking nails the whole time. This first map, I think Optic threw. I think they should have had this first map.
They messed up a lot of
Dashy almost clutched up.
Dashy was making the play.
Yeah, Formal had a slow start to that map, like.
Which Matt, right, is not always gonna. It's very rare to have a slow start from him. So it's like it's an anomaly. You know what I'm saying? They definitely could have came out and took this
gas right there.
They could have took this map, man. And I think that's what they're talking about, right? We were trying to get Scump on, and obviously they want to go over some stuff. They did win the series, and obviously when you're playing a team like Dallas, it's gonna be brutal, man. Like it's gonna come down to the wire.
He said he didn't want to come on because he's going over shit.
He said he would love to come on, but they're going over stuff as a team.
Yeah, hold on. Let's FaceTime him. Let me mute up.
Give him a call.
This series realistically should have.
The fucking flank, bud.
This series realistically should have been a 3-0 for Optic.
Yeah, they were playing really well. I think it all comes down. So Dallas right here could have they could have won it here. Yeah, like Dallas could have won it here, but Optic do a good job. Seth makes a good play here. He takes a route. He goes all the way around. They stay composed. They take the right routes, and that's the most important thing. You don't want to see teams just flooding hills and panicking. They take a deep breath, they calm down. You heard Formal say it in the listening. I think it was on the checkmate control, you know, or the checkmate hardpoint, just trying to lead the team, trying to, you know, keep them relaxed, make sure they're taking deep breaths. Because, you know, you guys have all been pro players. If you're still pro players, you know, like in the middle of a game, like sometimes things get a little hectic when you're playing some of the best teams in the world, and it's just so much to come.
Need an answer.
How far do you want me to run it back?
That's tough.
Like 10 or 2 clicks.
Yeah, to where all the Dallas guys are laying on their bellies.
So you see number 3, right? You know how he's laying on his belly and kills number 8 here?
Yeah.
Like you can keep playing it to where he kills Scump.
Yeah.
Once he gets his kill, all he really has to do is drop his controller and lay down. Because if he lays down there and anchors the spawn, he gets his teammate to spawn in the back. But like you see right here, when Shotzi lays down, when he dies,
yeah,
that's a huge mistake.
That is a mistake.
Because number 6 spawns right behind him as soon as he dies. If he just stays alive,
Asim's right, bro.
Seconds,
they should have stayed on their fucking bellies, man.
Telling you.
Yeah,
They both stood up and both died, man.
Especially since they got the kills.
Would Jerry, Barry, Slack, Josiah, whatever his name is, stand up?
Maybe not, Damon. And you know, that's something we got to think. What was going through Ender's head right there? You would have liked to see him lay down. I mean, another thing you got to add too, right, is like they had the kills, so Ender can just use his teammates now as bait. He could just lay down the whole time until they start making their moves, and you know, Ender, like you said, can just hold that spawn. I didn't even catch that, so huge shout out to Asim.
I got you.
Huge shout out to Asim, man. Let's get away some in the chat.
Oh, Brandon went crazy there.
This is why we want you on here, Asim. You're always a pleasure. You always know what you're talking about.
Appreciate that. I'm a rookie and a vet.
You're also a top player in the game right now. I got to give you some gas. You're an absolute animal, but you're my son, and I taught you a lot. You know.
He's definitely my father.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't get to see the end of the game. This is the last thing I seen.
I didn't see this.
Was
part.
Ender behind them? And I knew he was there.
Nuts.
Dude, yeah,
the ending of this fucking map was mind blowing. I couldn't believe it.
You see Kyler die, and then you see Illy going for a nice 200 IQ pinch, but he gets caught down too. So I thought for sure Optic is gonna win.
Right here.
Envoy trolled, said Lamar. Hard, he said.
Envoy trolled Lamar.
So
yeah, I didn't know
guys,
Where's Envoy? What number is he?
Number 7.
What number?
He just killed Illy on the bench.
Envoy's number 7.
Tommy, you gotta think here. Number 7 in gold.
You gotta think.
Of Minnesota,
is there a smoke on the street? What's going on?
No, it's grenade smoke. It's grenade smoke, Damon.
What the fuck was this?
Shit.
I mean, same shit, Damon. You can't see shit through those grenade smokes.
The grenades are.
It's unreal. You can't see anything.
The guy gets to the pole uncontested. What is this shit? I don't know.
This shit's crazy. Brucey, Big Bruce was making fucking plays.
They should have won.
So I'm pausing because I'm trying to see if anyone.
This is impressive to lose if you're Optic. This is impressive.
That's what I'm saying. They should have won this.
Gets there. He fucking army crawls
number
to
7
the
here.
pole.
What I would do is pinch the gold window. What do you guys think?
I think that's a good play too. But also, you guys didn't catch this. So Scump is by the bus. I'm pretty sure Scump gets off the bus.
Yeah.
Granted, he has a sub. Granted, he has a sub. Dude, 74U. You can, and it's pre-patch. Like you can still beam with it. The velocity's there. Get in the bus and
hit some snakes
and hit some shots. Like
some snakes.
That was already on the hill.
Yeah. Wait, there's no reason to get in the hill. You have a teammate.
Exactly.
They just had 2 people get on the hill.
There's 2 wrongs there. Just get in the bus, shoot, and bag them up.
They did a good job enough by stalling Dallas. So number 7 could have easily pinched her and got a 2 piece.
Yeah, he could have hit a pinch. A nice Zoomaa flank. You gotta think. You know, if he makes that play.
If you're Zoomaa, you make that flank.
You make the flank.
2 in the back. I mean, it's your MO. And
put him in the back, and then you tell them to watch the flank, bud.
Even if he just stays alive and puts some shots into them crossing street, you know how you can get the angle, right? Like if you just stay in the window and just get that angle, put some shots into them, just kind of put some bullets and get them weak.
Dude, if anyone
it'll be a little
was
bit
looking
easier.
at Shotsy,
it seems like
alone.
Well, I think they got flashed, Damon. Like Formal got flashed, so I'm curious.
That's unacceptable. There needs to be trophies down there, Ben.
Well, so that's why I want to
run it back. Let me see.
I don't know if any of them had trophies.
Oh, no trophy on Brandon.
Trophy, no.
They didn't have trophies. And shout out to Bruce, right? Because a lot of people had I want to give a shout out to Brucey, man, because a lot of people had Bruce's name. A lot of people had Bruce's name in their mouth, you know, a week or 2 ago, because you know the meta changed, and you know I said, you know, you just gotta give Bruce some time. He's very talented.
He was playing like fucking shit.
He was, but now he's playing. I mean, fucking incredible. He's looking like Brucey again.
Dude, this actually hurts my head, dude. How did they lose this, man?
But what I'm saying is people people deserve to be talking bad about him after those 2 performances, and now he's turning around and he deserves the respect.
Which is why I wanted to give him a shout.
Yeah, Ben, they were getting flashed with no trophies down. Their only trophy was behind the bus.
All they had to do was
Damn,
Envoy.
that's kind of tragic.
Envoy could have pinched.
But when they dropped the trophy, though.
Okay, that game is on whoever threw the trophy behind the bus. I'm sorry, you costed the game.
That's not even. That's not even.
That might have been on rotation though, or something.
Have a good
I don't
day.
know.
Have a good day.
even-
I
we
mean,
have to go back a while to see who plays.
there's a lot of things that went wrong.
I've seen this enough, Ben. I've seen this enough, Ben. Next match, please. I've seen this 3 times by now, Ben.
All right, take it easy. We're like a flock of birds. We're all quacking like fucking ducks in here.
Listen, we break down gameplay on this show. No haters.
Wait, Ben, you're not gonna find out who threw it, bro?
We're not gonna run it.
I'm not gonna go back all the way.
Well, okay, so
Let in the chat.
listen, just give it a pause real quick, Ben. You can Ben, you can go back if you want. I just want to say
We're skipping the first 2 rounds.
just what I want to say. Going back into that street hill. I mean, obviously we noticed some things, but just to run through it again. You know, Optic, the trophy obviously fucked them. I don't know. It could have been an old trophy. I don't really know. Would have liked to see Envoy make a play there, maybe make a pitch. And Envoy's always making plays, so it's just, you know, maybe he just thought he needed the flood there. Maybe he thought things. We don't know what the cons are like too. So we just don't know what was going through their heads, but they did play that map really well, and they could have definitely clutched up. But you also got to give a shout out to Dallas because they were coming in through the front of the street and they won some big fights. So big plays out of them.
I was sitting there watching, and I told Holly after that, I was like,
You were sitting there
honestly,
watching.
sitting there watching. I was like, yeah, they're fucked. Like, I think they might get 3-0 or 3-1.
Yeah, this was and you know that I also, you got to give a shout out to Optic because they showed a lot of composure, right? I mean, to lose a map like that, it's hard, bro. When you lose a nail biter like against a team, Dallas Empire, right? It's tough. It's tough to regain, and shout out to them, man. They showed why they're professionals. They regained, they focused on the next map, and they went into the S&D and they did what they had to do. And we also got to talk about Dallas and S&D because Dallas, you guys are absolute shit when it comes to S&D. I'm sorry, you guys suck. You guys suck at S&D. And you guys got to figure it out because if you do figure that out, you guys will easily be, you know, one of the best. You guys are one of the best teams.
They
but
need
you know,
doors or something, Tom.
You
Like,
think
they're
so,
missing
David?
doors,
You think they're nothing
something
without
like that.
doors?
Gotta be.
Damon is calling a modern warfare.
Hot take live on the flank.
Hey, that's a positive about not playing it, dude. I can just say whatever I want, even if it makes sense or not. Like, fuck it.
Let me tell you what I think. We obviously have our players here at downtown Dallas, and I have full faith that they'll turn the search and destroy around, right? We have a pretty good search and destroy team, and most importantly, we're here to win, right? Not here to sell hoodies or merchandise, and I think we're going to improve, and I have all the faith in Crimsix.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, Mike. You know, Mike, you got to think. They got to turn around here, Mike. Mike, just to get your opinion, you know, like, after watching a series like this, it's a heartbreaker. You know, what were some of the things you said to them after the match?
I mean, quite frankly, you know, I told them, you know, I went to our 15,000 square foot facility in the heart of downtown Dallas, and I told them, and I said, listen, guys, it's a small setback for a major comeback, right? Obviously, a little bit of a rivalry there. Obviously, we want to win all these matches, and did I mention we actually set the league record buyout for Shotzi? We bought him out for quite the steep price. But you know, most importantly, we're here to win, and obviously, we want to be the best at the end of the year. You know, we want to defend the throne. Obviously, we won the inaugural season of the Call of Duty League, and most importantly, we want to win. So.
The big ones that matter, right, Mike?
It's no sweat, Damon. Obviously, I had a great time housing you here in our facility when you stopped by. Just looking forward to our future success.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to hear from you, Mike. You know, if you want, you know, we'd love to keep you here if you want to stay for the show, and you know, we'll bring you in. So thank you for that input, Mike. And you know, the team's looking good, and they just need to clean up a few things, but. You know, I do want to give credit to Optic because they showed a lot of composure, like I said. And in this S&D, I don't know. What do you guys think is the main issue right now for Dallas in their search? Because they just look so sloppy, man. It just looks like they don't know what they're doing. I'm going to be honest. It's like they don't have any reps on S&D, which they got to have reps.
I think Dallas is the best when they're super aggressive. And I feel like they're sort of playing like a little too structured. Maybe I'm tripping, but
I think Teach or someone was saying this. He's like they don't do anything.
Yeah, I feel like those three specifically, right? Looking at Hook, Illy, Shotzi, when those three are running around together and sliding around, making plays, it's a super hard team to stop. And the way you beat them is by making them slow down. So I feel like they're just feeding into their opponents in like every single search and like holding, like, for example, like the plane setups on Checkmate. Maybe Checkmate's a little tough because it's sort of like a pretty one-dimensional map. You kind of have to do the same setup, but like I just want to see more risks. Like when that team takes risks, like they have insane talent. So when they're running around and gunning you, hard to counter. But they're not doing that.
Yep, no, 100%. I definitely would like to see. We say it all the time, man. The best S&D teams in the world, they take risk and they make plays. You know, they're not so straight up. And I think we saw it a lot with Minnesota too. I mean, Minnesota's a great S&D team. I like the way they play. I know we got Dylan in here. I think you guys are one of the best S&D teams. I think you guys are really good at knowing when to make plays and kind of when to play your life. And I think you guys are all on the same page. So right now, it just seems like Dallas needs a little bit more of that. They're not on the same page. Ben, everybody's saying to stop skipping that. You're giving everybody a fucking headache over here.
I don't know, everybody needs to regain. I'm just trying to get us along in the match, man.
Yeah, you're good, bro. Just, you know, try and keep some gameplay going. But, you know, Dallas, they definitely need to do something because it's not looking good. And, I mean, it is looking good for them, just not an S&D. They're a really good respawn team. Obviously, they have a lot of talent. They just need to take more risk and make more plays. And I think
they're a good respawn team. Besides Checkmate Hardpoint, I mean, they got their fucking asshole tapped.
I think they're good at that.
In that Checkmate
They're
Hardpoint.
4-1 though, right?
I think Optic's got
Optic's
at that
just
map.
like 5-0.
Yeah, that's
What are they-
Optic's best shit.
Obviously, what did they veto for Hardpoint?
Garrison was vetoed by Optic, and I believe
Dallas vetoed Apocalypse.
Apocalypse, yeah.
I mean, I guess that's
Hackney
fair.
Yard.
That's
We're
pretty
not sure how
standard.
we're not sure how they've done on this map.
I don't think either of these teams have played Apocalypse in a match yet, right?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to play Hackney
Not
Yard.
sure.
Yeah, if
I know
anything,
Dallas
I
has
don't know.
100%.
I
know
feel
what
like
I'm saying?
Apocalypse. I don't really agree with everybody.
But the
like,
thing is-
teams that veto Apocalypse. Like I feel like that's a map you leave in, and you just
Yeah,
have faith that you'll.
Wait, oh
win
yeah,
the break.
Zin, you weren't
Yeah.
here for this, so we actually broke it down that
If you
Apocalypse
pick
is
it, the other team gets
Hackney
the
Yard.
good side.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what
So,
it is.
like-
Like, why veto it? Let the other team pick it.
And
If
they have
you
the bounce
somehow
spawn
fuck
off
it,
break.
that's on you. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I got a hot
agree with you. I
take.
agree with you, Zin.
Ben actually said that he thinks Apocalypse is the best hardpoint map in the game. So Ben, I'm gonna need you to expand on that. Do you think that it's still the
We talked
best?
about that earlier in the show.
Do you think it's still the best?
Yeah, let's hear this, Ben.
I mean, I think it's entertaining to watch. I just think we just haven't seen it a lot.
Why is
And I
Faze
understand
not playing it?
So are
Ben?
you saying entertainment is
They
the
have played
best
it. They just-
competitive map?
They played it literally the
or
series before this. What's
is,
that?
is it the most fun map to watch, or is it the best hardpoint map?
I think it's like a
There's
combo
a
of
big
two
divide
things.
right there.
Just like with Hackney Yard, I think like teams will get better at how to break the difficult hills. I also think the map does need a little bit of spawn tweaks because you spawn deep. But like for me, it's like the mix of like the strategy with the map on hitting routes and like spawn manipulation, and also like some of the games have been kind of close on that map and pretty exciting to watch. We just haven't seen that a lot in some of these series.
Yeah, and I
The
also
only way that map is closed is if they trade P2 though. Like it's literally the most OP hill in the map.
Play
Maybe
for
if they move
P2
it
then.
or modify it, I think it would be a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to make it a way to make it a little bit more mixy, so it's not just so P1, P2 dominant.
Plays too similarly like Raid, but like smaller.
Yeah.
It's like such a similar map.
What if
We're
there's
still talking
only
about Apocalypse,
one
right?
hill in the middle of the map?
no. I mean, the issue with Apocalypse is
Love
like,
that.
I mean Chris. I think what you said, moving that. I don't want to harp on it too much because that's not what we're trying to talk about. But if you move P2 to that back gold room, I think you at least open the hill up a little bit more, so where there's like a little more room for the offensive, or I guess the team trying to break the hill to work. Right now, it's just as soon as you lose that first wave and you're spawning that back right behind that dark room, there's legitimately nothing you can do, like at all. So
Yep, no, I
But
agree.
it's all good. Let's bounce back to the series right now.
Yeah,
Go back to the
people want
beginning
to.
of this round real quick,
We're all
just
over the
Go back to
place.
the-
Look at it.
so let's run it back from the start so we can get back on topic here.
So that 1v3 with Scump, bro, I thought he was gonna clutch that when he got that 2-piece in kitchen and then he rotated back to the site. I would have liked
back
to.
to high round.
Yeah,
no. Wait, skip all the way. The chat may go nuts.
What? Skip all the way? What, to the beginning? You can go back to the
This bro,
beginning.
they're so scared, bro. Free B,
Yeah, go back to the beginning.
like
Mm-mm.
they're
Yeah, we
not
could-
even looking at
Yeah, they're
shit.
not doing anything, man.
And which is
Like
so
if any
weird.
of them just peek something, bro, like the whole bomb was open.
I'm gonna skip the first. I'm gonna skip the first round.
Yeah, we can skip the first round.
What
What I
I
wanna
want this
see
out of
more-
Dallas though to just get their laundry control.
There you
Yeah,
go, big
and
hit in
this
this
is,
round.
and this is, we want to see more of this. Shotzzy got a little overzealous. He got the blood
Yeah,
and he
maybe
just
not
kept on
that,
going.
but
It's
the
like
idea.
the idea was good. Once Ant
The
gets
initial
that
play
first
was
blood,
good.
yeah, he gets
Oh,
that first
this
blood. He
was
needs to
unfortunate.
play his life a little bit.
I mean, to be fair, I think if you're going B, I think that's the only play is to push out laundry
Yep.
and get that
Yeah.
control because you can't plan for mid map. That's not possible. And like if you're going B, you pretty much have to commit to the laundry push.
No, we're talking about the laundry push, but he kept going after they already got the
Yeah.
initial kill laundry.
Yeah, he got a
That's
little
why.
OD with it.
Yeah,
And
I feel
then-
like we
so
see
the guy-
Minnesota.
the guy-
Minnesota
I
do
disagree
this,
with that.
and Standy's running circles around the block on motherfuckers, like, and they couldn't do anything. But he
Yep.
ain't going like towards jungle.
What I want to see more out of Empire is literally have Crim be their island player, and then the 3 Zeo guys literally work together and have Ender just like calm. Because Ender, if you've watched him play S&D challenge and stuff like that, he's a very like vocal, like S&D player. Like he's like an IGL type player and all like his S&D stuff that he used to play. So having Hook and Shotzi as like his pawns, almost like tools, like would benefit them, and have Crim play the island. Like right now, I don't see that happening. I see like Ender playing an island a lot.
I feel like this round right here, if you just like watch Ender from like kitchen, you can tell that like there's like multiple people like saying two different things. I feel like Ender, like they were all middle and then he went back and then he was gonna go back to help them towards middle. Then he was gonna go back again. Like
they end up winning this round.
They win.
But I like what Optic did, right? They were aggressive. They did what Shotzi did, but they did the second half better. They got control of Laundry and they held that and they planned it for Laundry, and that's what I want to see Dallas do, right? Like when they use their aggression to get that map control, now you hold that map control. Because right now it just seems like they're either over-channeling things or they're not doing anything. So they need to get themselves on the same page. Optic should have had that round because they had the bomb down. They're all 4 alive. I don't really know what happened. I think somebody got singled out on the other side. But maybe Optic just needs to stack one side and just kind of stay together.
But you even look at that round, Tom, and look at who were the 3 people alive on one side of the map. It was Hook, Ender, and Shotzi, and Crim was literally playing the island and holding the push through. You have those 3 working together. Ender talking a lot, being vocal, basically baiting the 2 like crackheads on the team. They're gonna have success that way.
And
what are they doing?
I was gonna say, I want to talk about this round too. That round right there, like. I just don't agree with hitting mid on offense on raid. Like when teams hit offense on raid, I just feel like it's such a bad position. You definitely have an advantage.
50-50 and you
kinda. I feel like you have an advantage. I feel like you have an advantage when you're coming from the kitchen side. Honestly,
100%.
It's just hard to hit.
Like I said,
It's
Black
very
Ops
hard.
2, you could hug the wall and like beat them or get there on time. But even then, like worse, that's fine. Maybe they risk it one of the rounds, double chow like late, but they got the bomb there, dude. Now it's like even if it was only them 2 that died. It's shocked. Like I would never go mid at the bomb right there.
I got you.
Yep. No, right here they just all flood out, and it's like when you're coming from the Zig side, you can't like shimmy and stay alive because even if you back up, you're gonna get wall banged.
Like when you're there, you're there.
You
It's
have
like
the full commit, and then if the other team stacks it, like you're probably losing that if the other team's ready.
no, 100%. So I definitely think that. And right there, they're just tossing. They're just tossing rounds. They're just tossing rounds, and it's like they can't let it just get away from them. They're just losing rounds, and Optic. We also got to give it up to Optic, man, because they're playing together and they played aggressive. And I definitely see their S&D escalated because in the beginning of the year, Optic didn't look too good in S&D. Now they look a lot better. They seem like they're more as a unit. They're playing off each other a little bit more. They're working trades a lot better. So they're
like
playing a lot better.
Seeing a call like that from Dallas, I feel like is almost like worrisome. Like. Let's just double jump out.
They're not confident in their plays.
Yeah.
Like for example, like that
like that early into the
like
game.
A YOLO
that's like
play.
yeah, exactly.
That's like, fuck it. Like let's just do this. Like
that one round where you guys were grilling Shotzi for throwing away his life after they made a good play. Like realistically, that push to Laundry worked. Why aren't they doing it more until Optic counters it? Because even that round where they decide to hit mid, what's going on? There was one guy Laundry.
Yeah, it was like open.
There's one guy Laundry. Do the same thing. Do it until they're forced to stack it until it stops working, and then mix up the play. Right now, they're just doing something different every single round and relying on blind countering. You're not going to get anywhere that way.
And they don't do what you just said. And then eventually that one round I was saying, bro, Optic doesn't even have anyone at B.
Yep.
But they're like hiding back art and they don't even know that there's nobody B.
Yeah. Nice little off-angle spot. I'm taking that for sure.
Yeah.
That was a good spot. Shotzi plays a lot of off angles. He plays a lot of really good off angles. He definitely always gets himself into good positions. What happens here? What happens? Is this the 1v3 round with Scump? Is
this when he gets the 1v2 at the pull steps? Or was that later on?
I think this is it. I think this is the round.
Or was this the round that he gets down to a 1v1 and loses?
Yeah,
or
I think it is.
Because Shotzi jumps on the rock and then shoots him in the back where he's planning.
Yeah. And this was the round 2 where I thought Scump had this, bro. He wins a big 2 in kitchen. And I would have liked to see Scump take that bomb and dip out to the other site. He probably thought Shotzi was a lot closer. He probably thought Shotzi was going to come in for a trade. Right here. So Scump picks up 2. He gets the bomb.
Dude, if he just looks left, I guarantee you he smokes him, man. He just, he's on that 1v3. He's like hot. And then he just,
What happened,
I almost feel like he was like waiting for timing. Maybe Shotzi comes and tries to check B or something.
Someone hit the controls, guys.
I think it just came down to like I was gonna say a 50-50, right? Shotzi's just playing the 50-50. I think Joe said it best on the cast, and he picked right. But if you're Scump, you gotta know that Shotzi's there, right? He knows that Shotzi was on that A side of the map because he got a kill.
Like at money, yeah. If you just glanced at money, you would have caught him.
No, 100%. So I would have liked to see Scump clutches because that would have been crazy, especially when the king is clutching, bro. I mean, Scump was going off today, bro. He was doing his thing.
Crying,
He
bro.
was really fun to watch. Real quick, guys, in the chat. You know, Ben's doing the best he can. You know, he's doing the best he can to try and do it. Ben, if there's any criticism, just keep letting it play. You know, we'll talk about it.
I don't care the chat thing. Someone just randomly moved the jogger.
Ben, I think you're doing great,
yeah,
bro.
I think you're doing a great job as well.
Crazy.
I think you're doing a great job.
It's
also sometimes it could get a little laggy on Ben's side, so sometimes things get a little weird. But
you guys are getting on the spot replays.
and we can go to the next round right there. Obviously, Scum could have won that, but they go into the next round. They regain.
Damn, bro, what was he drinking?
Wait, what was it? Was that a
What
cup
was
or
that?
like a
big ass thing of Gatorade or something?
Yeah, wait, was that Gatorade?
That's a fine.
Who are we talking about?
Who was drinking Gatorade?
Porter.
Porter. Well, we got to start throwing some fines.
Wait.
Was it before that?
I don't know. We could just.
Yeah, it was just in like the.
It was a big ass bottle.
Yeah, I saw that bottle too, Damon. Don't worry.
Forget it. Just keep
I
going.
don't
the
know if
vodka out early.
I'm sure a couple
Holy
people saw
fuck.
it.
All right, so this round, Dallas is on the offensive side. They sent one
This
Zig.
one.
They have
This
one guy,
one.
number one. He's playing a late flank. He's gonna hold art. Who's that making a play? That's Envoy. He's trying to bite right here. He gets taken out. I like the play from Envoy. He's trying to make a play, but at the same time, it's defense, right? So I don't know if he really needs to make that play, but Scum bounces
Good.
back.
We got Seth
But
making
it's like
moves.
the second time they just lose the bomb
Yeah,
over here.
but at the same time, look, the guy in art, right? You see where he was? He can see the entire cross the ring. As soon as they get that kill on Envoy, and number one didn't see anybody cross ring, that means you can basically go B for free. The only thing you have to worry about is a guy playing laundry or black car. You know what I mean? The truck. Like having
They
the
would
two
have had a
people,
free round win.
yeah, having the two people still at B picking their fucking noses just doesn't make any sense. You have all the
Let
info
the
in the
king
world
work.
and a
Oh my
blood.
God, the two-piece.
They're
The
throwing.
two-piece.
Big plays. Look at Scum. Look at him getting all fucking.
That's when Seth's getting
Hey,
hyped.
bro.
Optic is playing well,
Seth's
but they
getting
are
hyped right there.
throwing, dude.
I love seeing
Empire's
that, bro.
throwing.
I love seeing Seth get hyped. It's always good to see, bro. I just feel like he's like a staple in the scene at this point, bro. He's been doing it for a minute, so just seeing
He's
him
a
get hyped.
staple in the scene. It's
I was saying,
always
I
good
thought
to
we
see.
lost you for
I
a
just think it's
second.
crazy
Listen,
that like,
I
Optic
had to
can get
take a
away
nice
with
one,
not
you
even
know?
sending anyone there, and like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
And they
that's
have,
crazy.
And Empire had all the info in the world, bro. They know that nobody crossed ring. They got the first blood, and there's still two people at B doing nothing.
Right here, you have Dallas on defense. They have a spread right now. They're just watching every single lane, probably throwing some shimmies. Optic slow playing it a little bit. They're taking bomb. Once they get that
I
pin,
mean, Dallas in a good spot. Well, not now.
and those are the
Yeah.
things right there that Dallas is fucking up. Shotzi can't die there. He can't. He needs to throw a shimmy. He needs to get the information. He needs to stay alive. Instead,
What
he gets
side are they
caught.
on, Tom? What are they playing right now?
Dallas is on the defensive side.
Defense.
Defense. What does
Yeah.
defense mean? Defend. It means
And they have
let.
number 4 ring, bro. Like they have all the info, bro.
They literally they have like the most ideal thing for this map.
It's and then good
Yeah.
shots out of Formal as well right there. They just need to let the game come to them on the defensive side. They're trying to make
Yeah.
plays and they're getting picked. It was kind of like when Envoy hit
God,
Zig.
I need to come back. Holy fuck.
Even right there.
Bro, this
Good.
map, it feels like on their defenses they're doing too much, and on the offenses they're doing too little. The Empire team.
Yeah.
No, 100%. I think they
I feel like
spot
we
him
talked
here.
about that last time, Tom. Like it was kind of like but it was more like they were always doing way too much the last match or last time I was on here and we watched them play.
It's like people are forgetting what the objective is of the fucking game mode. You know, on defense, all you need to do is defend the sites. So let the offensive team make the play. And on offense is when you take the risk and start trying to do different things. Sometimes I like to see people take risk on defense depending on how the game's going. If you're trying to like adapt and try and make moves on the team. But for the most part, you want to see the defensive team just hold and the offensive team making plays. Right here again, like Scump just makes the fucking play. He ends the game. He says, you know what? I'm going to take care of it. Envoy, he comes in. He pops a couple kills. Formal with a kill. Scump and Scump and
they
Envoy
said,
just
"Fuck it,
absolutely
dude, we're
smoke
going
them.
at 'em."
So big plays out of Envoy. I said Scump, but it was Envoy. Big plays out of Envoy to just hit that pillars. And
That's a
again,
play we see a lot out of Toronto. They're pretty good.
and
with
that's what
the
you- and
He
then-
work at Optic right there.
and that's what you want to see out of Optic. You want to see Envoy and Scump working off one another. You want to see them making those plays together. You want to see them hitting those routes and just kind of playing off each other. So good plays out of Optic. They tied the series up at 1. Could have been a 2-0. But you know, they tied up at 1, and that's exactly what you want to see. And then we go into the control, and I loved what I saw out of Optic in the control. I loved it.
So I gotta profess something. Tommy and
Even
I
though
were
they
watching
lost
this together.
it, but I like the
and
updates
I
that they're
said,
making to the
Tommy,
game.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Map 3 is gonna be an absolute snooze fest. Well, I was dead wrong about that prediction.
You were
'cause
super dead wrong.
as far as
one-
checkmate
one-
controls go, that was pretty lit.
One thing real quick, dude, when last round, I mean, we're not there. You know when it's neutral and they're both on it? Is the game clock doesn't go down?
no.
So they could sit on that realistically for like hours if they wanted to. No,
Yeah.
I mean it's not gonna happen, but okay, I was just curious.
Oh, and going. I mean, I'll wait till we get to that 1v1. But Seth threw it away because the way he approached it was great, and the way he executed it was bad.
Hold on, everybody.
Granted, he got.
You
joked.
think so? Because I think he got fucking
Gonna
joked.
be coming
No,
for you.
granted, he got joked,
He
but
didn't
like,
get first shot though.
He got
well,
joked.
you get the point that I'm trying
Dude,
to make.
I
It
would have
looks
did.
like he
I
got
would have
joked,
hopped up
right?
top, crouch walked all the way to wing, and fucking Batmaned on his.
Yeah,
ass.
I would have done the same thing.
It looked like he got fucking
He didn't even need to do
sniped.
that. He literally so he peeks the corner and he sees it's red. That means the guy's either on the close part of the pallets or he's on the other side of the wing, right? So once you check the close right side of the pallets, you know he's on the other side of the wing. Just take the aggressive angle on him. You have a sub, and he just killed Formal, so Formal should be telling him he has an assault rifle. At that point, you just force a close range engagement and make him push you. Instead, he gave him the opportunity to take the off angle, and then granted he got joked. He tried to camera him. Like he should have just forced the issue right away rather than like trying to juke him out.
I
Yeah, I
personally
mean, Ender
didn't
was
mind it.
pre-aimed and knew he had to be that spot. Like he couldn't have been anywhere else.
I
There's only
personally
one
didn't
place he
mind
could
it
be.
though. Like
Yeah.
Scump slow played it, and he was
Like
waiting
maybe
for
if
Ender.
Seth goes more far right off the point real quick for a second, like
that's
to
what
throw
Chris
him
means, I
off.
believe.
And let's give it up for Optic Gaming as they
Stacking the point.
stack the point. They
Holy
fucking stack.
shit.
And look how quick it's
Let's
going
get
up,
some-
ladies and
Let's get some
gentlemen.
wax in the chat.
Let's get some wax
Oh,
in
wait,
the
did they
chat.
get it?
They
Oh.
got it. They stacked it
Yeah,
and
they
it
got it,
went
they
up.
got it.
Look at them. They're all smiles, man. They're all stacking. I love to see it, man. You just see that they're working on their game. Shout out to Troy, man. Shout out to all the Optic guys. You could tell that they're up in their game, man. They're going back and they're fixing their mistakes, and it's good. It's cool to see. They're getting kills and they're all running to the point. And look how fast that shit goes up. And honestly, I think I like it when you stack the point and it goes up that fast. I know some people are like,
the
it's
other
too.
team to make a play.
It forces
Dude,
the other team to make a play.
People are gonna do it now after.
The other team
I don't know
the other
who
team has to
tweeted
freak
it
out.
out. Did you know like the times to cap before that guy tweeted out like how quick it really was?
It's like 11 seconds with 4 people.
I could have
talked
sworn
about
it's like
on the
7,
show-
man. Because I'm pretty sure.
That's
Are
what I
you
was
sure
wondering.
it's
Like before, did you know it was that quick? Like you knew it was quick, but like I mean, it's pretty fucking quick.
I knew it was
It's
quick as
insanely
Tom and I talked about on the show, where
Okay.
especially on raid, like if you get all the kills around Tiki and you force them to spawn laundry, like that's about 11, 12 seconds to run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
to
there,
get
at that
back
point,
there.
it's chalked. They stack it.
Dude, this is
Yeah.
what just throws it, man.
I actually think Optic could have stacked it one of the later rounds in this game too, but we'll get to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
Honestly, it's this game's interesting because the defenses, like people were just losing defenses, which is usually not what happens.
Not the case, especially on checkmate.
So there was some weird shit going on for sure.
Definitely some weird
How many
shit.
offenses won this?
There was at least
The
3.
first 2 rounds were offensive
Damn.
wins.
I think there was at least 3 offensive wins.
Yeah, and the first 2 were offensive wins from Optic and Empire.
Big win out of Scumpy there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they trap
that was
him
a
here
big
and they throw it, don't they?
Yeah, they throw it here.
They throw it. I like the play Dash he's making right now. Dash he's hitting this,
Yep.
and he's just cornering Dallas
Check
into
it out,
the corner of the
boys.
map.
Just wanting back tail.
Yep, and
Yeah,
right
this
here, I
is-
mean, you just let Dashy make
great
the make the
pinch play.
first
You
play.
just let him work, bro. He's behind them. He's about to get free picks. Make him spawn in the back right again, and then just
So who
just
dies
spawn trap
here?
him.
Is it Matt who dies playing from 1 and 4? Or 8?
Scump gets a
Seth,
kill.
yeah, Seth gets 1, probably gets traded.
I'm mind
No,
blown that
Scump
against
gets
both.
2. Big
I'm
kill.
mind blown that Empire's
They've done
getting
well
to
to throw
spawn
this.
and they don't
I'm mind
wrap.
blown.
They
I
don't
was about
wrap.
to say it seemed like they don't even care about him.
I actually want to go into this
They do
listening.
now.
I want to listen to the listening
now
real
they
quick,
do.
guys. If you guys don't mind being quiet for the next minute, I want to listen to this listening.
Oh, let's
and
go.
they sound really good in this listening. A little frantic, but Formal calms them down. So I'm gonna turn up the volume and let it play, man.
I'm in a corner.
Yeah, he was Shawnee spot. I'm in their exit right now.
Pick up E2 F1. He can't cross yet. Nothing A control. Nothing A control. He's A control.
They're exit dead.
Two there and 1 fin. A control.
Mid control ender, mid control ender.
They're tracking A control.
Inner one shot. Let's go right. Or low mid.
Low one shot. I need him going to be.
I'm gonna be fine.
He's top wing shot.
You're good. Take it back.
I'm in play.
Get a kill. Nice job.
Exit. 1 shot. He's half left wing. Left side wing. Left wing.
Off in a minute.
What the fuck, Ben?
No, it wasn't me. Someone else is moving it.
I'm not doing it.
I didn't move it.
shit,
Who's
yo?
moving this shit?
starts with
Listen, I tried changing the volume.
How did you miss the volume?
That's a Linny in the chat,
How
ladies
did you
and
miss the
gentlemen.
volume bar?
That's a Linny in the
That's a
chat.
Linny, ladies and gentlemen.
I tried turning the listening on, and I fucked it.
Wait, that's actually fucking comedy. But I mean, we could just base off. We listened to a little bit of it. They sound good. I like the energy that they're bringing to the comms. That you could tell that they really want this W, and that's what you want to hear.
I think you summarized it well. Like they were definitely having good comms. It was a little frantic.
Little
It wasn't,
frantic,
like,
a little
Did they
bit.
win that round of the listening or no?
I believe they lose it.
No, Dallas won that offense.
Yeah, Dallas won that.
They won the offense, and we can go break it down. We can see how they lost it, and just kind of see what. Yeah, let's see how they lost.
All map control after
Go right
that.
back to the listening. Yeah, Lenny right there, ladies and gentlemen. What are you gonna do?
You guys are pricks. I'm sorry.
It's all right, Zinni. It happens to the best of us. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you got dropped, Methods. Fucking idiot.
Oh, they had to say that. Come on, it's
Thank
getting
you,
toxic.
brother. I appreciate you.
Now, right
this was
here,
the streak round.
what do you guys think about the streak usage?
The 2 streaks. Oh my god, this was heartbreaking.
Oh my lord.
I probably would have liked to see a artillery first and ping it and kind of make them move a little bit.
Now this wasn't bad. I don't.
Hey, I played with these guys. I must say, over the 4 years, streaks were not their strong fork.
The streak was a good call, but like I think Optic tried forcing the issues on the players that weren't even a threat. Like, you know what I mean? Like they tried like pushing the people and playing out and stuff like that, rather than just like, okay, they're safe, just play the exits. Like they have to come out, you know what I mean, to get on the point again.
Yeah.
Play the exits on them coming out of the plane. Don't run in the plane and try to force them to get out of it.
The problem is too.
With the
and the problem is when formal streaks, they all die, right? It's like
yeah, because they forced the issue, Tom.
Exactly, and kind of what Parasite just said, like
formal used both streaks, and they were able to get the guys off the hill. They just did. This all started when Scum chowed off of the wing, and they were up a man. They also had someone die right before that. They had hill control or point control with like 8 seconds left. They're up a life. They're coming off a spawn.
It looks good here. It looks good for them here.
This solo guy is the guy saving them right now. He's on the point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hook makes that win. That Hook out was huge. That win was huge. Because with Hook winning that kill, and again, like look at the ticks, right? They don't even have a tick yet. So Optic just needs to chill, bro. They just need to chill, and they need to do something together because they did have a life advantage.
For some reason they didn't know he was there. I mean, maybe they did. I don't know.
Nah, he was on the point, Damon. I think they knew he was on the point, and they didn't even have a tick yet. So they definitely knew. I think Envoy just tried to make a play, but they just kind of work together and maybe slow it down. They have a lot of time to work with, a lot of time. So it looked like they rushed it a little bit. They rushed the streaks. They rushed the push to try and break the site. So you got to think they're going back to talk about some of this stuff because it was a little sloppy. I definitely think that they've been playing control better, but they're still making mistakes. And if you just wait for each other right there, and then Seth, after Envoy goes down, Seth gets caught on the wing, and at that point, it's chalked. They lose their life advantage, and they're pinned back in their spawn, and Dallas just gets the upper hand on them. So unlucky there. Good plays out of Dallas. Big win out of Hook on the point. And then we go into the next round. And I don't know what the hell happened here.
He's getting poked. He's getting poked.
What you doing, Dylan?
Like, I'm playing fucking.
I'm putting my finger in Crim's ear.
What's those things where those little heads come up and you like hit them? The
symbols.
Let's go.
Oh, whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole.
Yeah, I'm whack-a-mole and Haggy. I'm fucking Goomba stomp them.
I don't even know what the heck happened here.
That was arm workout.
Did Optic win this all or lose it? I forget. Did they win this or lose this?
No, I think the defenses win both these rounds.
Yeah, defenses win them both.
We'll skip those because it's.
Yeah, let's go back to the offensive round, and I also want to talk about that round where Seth lost the one, right? Because that was huge, and I want to watch it back because I want to see. Some people were saying that Illy got first shot, but at the same time, to me, it looked like Seth got incinerated, sniped by the Krieg.
It was the last round of the map, Tom.
That was a shotgun, Tom. He whipped out the back pocket.
It looked like a shotgun. I couldn't believe it. My mouth dropped when he lost the fight. I thought Seth had it without a doubt.
Well, the Krieg be hitting different on 60 hertz.
Let it play here, Ben. Let it play.
Dylan. A lot of people don't know that. The Krieg on 60 hertz is
way better.
It is way better.
Just a SMG player living in a Krieg world.
Yeah.
Was this where Optic could have stacked?
Yeah,
go back earlier.
Go back.
Before they even get on this.
How far back do you want me to go?
Go back.
Oh my God! Did they not stack?
Right here.
Are you serious?
Right here. Right here. Right there. Back.
All right, everybody.
there.
All right, chill.
Do I need to get on FaceTime right now? Are you fucking kidding me?
All right,
Instantly, everyone hopped. Instantly, everyone get the hell on the plane.
They won it. They stacked it right here.
Oh
Yeah, they get the big kill. They tried to kid out.
Where was Matt going?
Yeah, I don't know what Matt was
They
doing.
already have one tick.
No, they thought that they spawned back.
That's
what it is.
It doesn't matter though where the fuck they thought they spawned.
No, I agree, but
he has an AR as well. Like you have an AR, just
thinking.
either post up top lane or just get on the
He
point.
tried making an SMG player for sure.
You stack the point there. You make Dallas. You force the play out of Dallas. You just force it.
Dallas is spawning back right. They can't even make it to the point in time.
They probably can't. They literally. The Optic will probably cap
Porter
it.
definitely can't.
There's layers to that one. I actually got to tip you that.
Yeah, right here, everyone drops down to the point. They win this. They win this. Not even
Let it
close.
play, Ben. Let it go. Let it go, baby. Let it fly. Let it fly. Let it fly. You're good.
They get
Just let it
two.
play.
They get three. Everyone hop.
Right here.
Right there.
So Matt tries to make a play. He gets caught. He didn't expect
number
to
eight, look at
spawn.
number eight, look at
Number
number
8's not stacking
But now
either.
two of them. There's two of them. Only two.
No, look
and
how
look how
close
much
they get.
progress they get with
They
just two of
would
them.
have capped it. They would have won the round.
They get to the last tick.
Yep.
They just have a half a tick left.
So
I knew
Optic,
someone could
they
map,
they
do the
show
math.
signs of life
That's
with the
amazing.
stack.
Honestly,
What
they
you
probably
do-
would
They
have
would've got it with three.
With three, but 4 would have guaranteed it.
Why Optic Gaming? Why aren't you stacking?
I was having a heart attack. I was like,
what you doing?
I was
Yeah.
having a heart attack right there. I was like, oh no, the first seed is slipping away.
And again, these
So-
are these are like the little things with Optic, right? It's like the little tiny things when they especially in control. Like, bro, this could have been a 3-0. It
So
really
I guess,
could have.
like, hey, what we're learning from this, when in doubt, just fucking stack. Like,
Yeah, bro.
just
Just
do
stack
it.
it.
Bro, you get 3 dead.
You
stack.
gotta
make the
think.
guy, make the last guy get a 4-piece.
Yeah,
bro.
Damon, when,
Bro.
it's not when in doubt. It's when you get 3
Yeah.
down, you stack the
Three
points.
dead,
Yeah.
fucking
Point.
set up the Spartan wall and just hug each other.
Literally.
You
The other
stack
team's gonna
the
be
point,
sprinting, guns
One man
down,
army
just
back
going,
to back, like
3 kills.
And guys, when I say stack the point too, it doesn't mean just stack and not look at anything. Calm what you're having, and also throw some shimmies. You can still get information while you're on the point. You don't
can
just.
not-
Put
Nade
a
'em,
campfire in
you
the
can
middle
shoot
and
'em.
look at it, Tom. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Damon. It's like all they need to do is stack, throw some shimmies when they're on the point, get some information, see where they're coming from, and then just calm on what they're having. And honestly, Dallas wouldn't even have had a shot. They wouldn't even have made it to the point. So if they stack, they win. So it was a heartbreaker round. It's a heartbreaker to see. Honestly, that sucks. But what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna fucking do? And then obviously, Scump the next round loses the one, right? And then this is kind of where they let it go.
Optic do good to hold this though. Still, they had like shots he got through like on the right side. They
Well,
ended up
Optic
cleaning
ties
up and
this
still
up.
holding B.
They send this
Yeah.
to overtime. Optic ties this up. They do a really good job to stay composed after a round like that. Because again, right, they shouldn't have lost that round, but they stay composed. And Scump again, he's making plays in the plane. Formal's getting some kills. It's exactly what you want to see. They win their defense, and that's what you want to see. You want to see teams just taking advantage of their defensive side.
Dude,
Of course, there's
honestly,
a
like-
spam in the chat.
like months from now, dude, it's gonna be crazy. Like how quick teams are gonna be like capping points, like capitalizing on getting the kills and shit. It's gonna be like a constant
Damon,
thing.
you know the new rules? Did you see the new rules?
Something
yeah.
about the ticks, but
So for every time you get a tick, you get 20 seconds on the clock. So that's gonna make it so
Oh,
more people
what?
play for
Ooh,
points
yeah.
because you'll get points per tick rather than like
you
an
get it
entire
in the
cap.
round you're playing or the
Yeah,
next one.
no,
or
the round you're
something?
playing. The round you're playing. So as soon as you get a tick, you'll get 20 seconds added to your
That's
clock
nuts.
rather than having to get the
It's a big
entire.
difference.
So
for a
you can
minute.
get like a minute and 40 seconds.
No. One cap is not a minute. Like it's like every
4,
tick
6,
adds
4,
up
6.
to.
Isn't that a minute?
Every tick is 20 seconds.
No, but
That's it.
if you get one cap,
I see
like
what you're
one
saying. I
tick,
see what you're saying.
you get
Oh,
20
you see what
seconds.
Damon's saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yeah. So it's a minute
In
and
total-
40.
in
Oh, so you
total.
have that much time like possible you
Yeah.
can add on.
How do you guys feel about that? Do you like that?
I like that. Yeah.
I think it was needed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a good play.
Because sometimes you only get 2 ticks on a point, you get the extra 40 seconds, and then maybe you're working the other
I don't
point.
know. Well, how
It's
do you
gonna
guys
balance
feel?
this out more. It's gonna
Do you
balance
g-
out offense and defenses more.
Do you guys feel like offense and defense should be like equal? Like, do you think you should have like?
Yeah.
Like, you don't think defense should have an advantage?
No,
You have
I think
you
it should
do.
be
You
equal.
have the
I feel like it was
advantage of
too
start.
severe in
You
this
definitely have the
game for
advantage
some
on
reason.
You do have the advantage. You don't have to worry about an objective. That is your advantage, and you
Yeah.
and technically on most defensive-sided maps, and whether it's control or S&D, you get the positioning advantage. You get to places quicker than the the offensive team, whether it's search or control. You have
just think,
advantages. It just shouldn't be that severe.
Wait, is 60 seconds
I don't
not a
know.
minute? It
No,
is a
you
minute.
were right. You were right. Oh my.
These guys are trolls, man.
Nah, David, I'm pretty sure 60 seconds is a minute. But I'm pretty sure it's a
And you
minute, bro.
gotta think here, Zin and Tom. If it wasn't for Joey DeLuca proposing that idea and getting into the game, we would not be.
No, Joey
looking to it.
Yeah. Bro, even right here,
Shout
Dallas
out.
was just
Let's
fucking
get some
throwing
work in the
themselves at
Some works
Optic.
in the chat, guys. Let's get some work
Go ahead,
in
Tom.
chat.
No, I was just
Sorry,
saying
Tom.
there was a few times in this game where Dallas was just literally just throwing themselves like one by one single chows. Even right here, I mean, Crim makes a good play. He gets a couple kills.
I would have got 3.
A nice fadeaway.
And then this is where things get mixy, right? They capped 8 point. They start playing for B, and it just goes back and forth. The trades just keep going crazy, and then it ends up being a 1v1 versus Scump and Illy. And we obviously have a lot of opinions on this 1v1, right? So we're gonna talk about it.
Well, before we get there, I wanted to highlight this is a good play from Kyler right here. Goes to spawn trap, spawns him deep.
Yeah, because anytime you push up one side of the map, you can lock it down and tell your team, listen, they're all gonna be right. Like
you gotta think here, Tom. Where did he get this idea from?
I wonder.
I wonder, Tom.
You know, but you know, teams are evolving now, right? Every team's gonna start doing stuff like this. Good plays by Kyler. I like that he's literally in their base, just going rogue. He's just being a nuisance, right? He's just being a really hard kill. He's changing up his positioning. They finally take him out. You can't do anything on the map with a guy in your spawn. You always gotta focus on the guy in your spawn. A lot of people are telling me to look at Crimsix's tweet. We might
Pull
have
it up to the map.
Let's see what Ian Porter is tweeting, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, don't pull it up after the map.
I mean, let's see. You know, people want to see. Let's see what he said. Crimsix Porter, I'm gonna bring the tweet onto the stream. He said, "GG's Optic Empire PSA here. We will pay for S&D lessons. If you think I shot Optic players' bodies, you are mistaken." Wait, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? But he says, if you think I shot Optic players' bodies, you are mistaken. It was mostly likely pre-firing, and I have more respect for them as individuals than any of you want to be dickwads and roast your own team to a pulp when they lose. So you heard it here first from Ian Porter. He wasn't shooting bodies. I know what you guguys are talking about. It was on Moscow when he was pre-firing the corner. He was pre-firing the corner, guys. He wasn't shooting bodies. It was at the last second. He was just pre-firing the corner. So take it easy on it.
You're wrong. He was.
Take it easy. He was shooting bodies. Roast him. No, I'm just kidding. But Porter, Porter's got a lot of respect for the Optic guys. I think. I mean, he just said he does. So, what are you gonna do, man? He didn't shoot bodies. He had to let you dickwads apparently. No. So shout out to Ian Porter, man. And you're right, Porter. You guys do suck dick at S&D. So maybe you guys gotta turn it around.
Ben,
you know what I'm saying?
Before we get to the 1v1, I just realized this guy has his name as C6. Like I like the old Crimsix.
I like the old Crimsix too. I don't know why I did that.
You guys know why
it's the worst thing he ever did.
Wait, hold on. You guys know why he did
it's harder
C6,
for them
right?
to see our names.
why?
It's shorter.
It's because it's he actually did it because of that.
Oh yeah, no, he said that.
I promise you, he did it because it's harder to see their names, the name tags.
Yeah, he said that. He said that.
My mouse died.
Wait, you guys,
he's a liar.
Well, you know Porter. He's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah,
you know him.
You guys have all played Among Us. You put the one letter.
No.
I talked to him, bro. I'm a smoke fucking bog.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like this guy's a fucking maniac.
No, I talked to him when
That was
he first
me.
did it. Listen up. Let me roast this fucker.
Go ahead, Tim.
He's a legitimate filthy liar. I talked to him when he first did it. I remember like it was yesterday. He was like, doesn't it look fucking cool? And then and then out of nowhere, he pulled out of his asshole. Now my excuse is it's smaller, so you can. No, he's a fucking filthy liar.
200 IQ
He just thought it was cool.
You think
Sounds
so?
like we'll have to ask
No,
Ian
I
know so.
I talked to Porter. He told me. He said, "You know why I fucking did that, Tom? Because they can't see my name, bro. Like people."
Yeah,
no, I remember. He said people are behind. They're so fucking behind. And I was like, what?
Though, Tom. So
what the fuck is this guy on about?
In MW, they didn't have health bars. In MW, they didn't have health bars, and that's when he did it. In MW, it was just names. So like when you would actually glance at a guy, all you would see is this tiny little name tag. Yeah. In this game, they have health bars, so it doesn't matter. Like the health bars are obviously the same size.
Interesting plays, but let this play out, Ben. Let's see how it breaks down. So right now we got a 4 life advantage to each team. It's even playing field. Formal picks up a big kill, but Shotzi, he opens it up with a kill. Now they have a life advantage, 4-3. And now here things get a little bit weird because Dallas needs to get on the point here. But Optic, right? They gotta wait. There's only one guy on the point, and Optic knows that. They don't really need to rush anything here. And they did a pretty good job, honestly, getting it down to a 1v1. Obviously, they're down a life, right? So they work together.
I like this play at Dallas too. Like they're just waiting for someone to mess up and make it a 4v2, and then it's pretty much an easy win from that point.
They actually have everything covered.
They have a really good setup right here.
They have number 3 watching the inside of the plane, can communicate the right wing drop off, and you can see the left wing drop off. And then you have number 1 holding P4, and then 2 baiting the guy on point. This is actually a really good setup to like bait people out.
And on the other side,
Optic
Ben,
will eventually have to make a play.
That Dallas has the advantage. Dallas has the advantage here.
I was about to ask you, being in this 3v4 for Optic, what are your thoughts on Formal playing top red there?
I don't mind it. People were complaining about it. Now,
I don't like it.
I know people don't like it. I personally think you're down a life. Maybe you could catch somebody slipping in the open because they probably just don't expect him to be up there.
That's not bad at all. What's wrong with that?
I don't think it was bad
because they know that Shotzi's over here, and like, I mean, he could push up.
And he does leave. He does end up getting the fuck out of there, right? Yeah. He's just staying up there for a second.
He still holds the flank when
I mean,
he
it's not like he's making that bad of a play.
No, hold on. That's I mean.
I like it. I like that play.
It takes him 2 seconds to get from that red tower to where his teammates are. Like, so right. I mean, you have what 20 seconds left. He's just playing for info, trying to catch someone slipping. There's nothing.
And this was a
Nothing
ballsy
wrong
chow
with
out of
that play.
Shotzi too.
No, there was nothing wrong.
This
You're right.
chow
There
that was
nothing wrong.
Shotzi and Formal on the pinch was ballsy. Like, look,
Yeah, that
Formal tags
74
him
is
up.
broken.
Formal tags him up though, and he comes back and he challenges again.
No, I think Shotzi messed up his shimmies. He had him dead to right.
He almost got him.
Yeah,
Dude.
he just like missed the.
Yeah,
he
but he
literally
had
missed the
7
last bullet.
HP. Holy
Yeah, he
shit.
missed the
If
last
he hits
bullet.
one bullet, like that's
Yeah.
game. Or
So
that's-
right here, we're in a
There it
1v1
is.
situation. Just let it play, Ben. We're in a 1v1 situation.
way-
Scump versus Illy. What?
Is there a
Alright,
way to
pause
slow
it,
it
wait,
down?
pause it. Wait,
Is there a way to
wait,
slow it
should
to
we
like
pause it right now?
0.25 speed?
Yes,
so we
yes,
can all
this
Should
is
we
talk
fine.
about
let's
This
pause
is
it right
fine.
now and get everyone's opinions on how they think
Gun plays this
it
good
should
right
have been
now.
played it.
Okay, he
I'll
plays this
tell
good
you.
right now, and then after he's gonna screw up. You'll see
What
why.
happened to it?
I don't think he got joked.
I'm restarting so it's slower.
So besides the getting
Okay.
joked,
Like Ender
he
was
played this wrong.
aiming right at him. Like,
Mm-mm.
I mean, he was probably fucked.
He was aiming right at him, but Seth had his L trigger up too. It was L
Are you
trigger
guys
on L
watching
trigger.
this?
What? No. So,
Or is it Crimsix?
I gotta
no,
Why-
Ben
why
is
is it
slowing.
not
He's slowing it down. He's
Yeah,
slowing
yeah,
it down,
second
so
of it.
we can watch it back in slow motion and just kind of
Easy
see.
Max tweet.
And honestly, who knows? Like Ender could have he could have pre-fired like perfectly or some shit. I don't know.
You'll see why he fucked up. You'll see it. I'll break it down, bro. I'll break it down. I promise. This should have been an easy win for Seth.
Yeah, but
regardless
you're
of
also
getting
breaking
joked.
it down in hindsight to where like in that moment it's a lot harder.
Dude,
to...
the only thing I can think is he jukes off the point for like half a second and make Ender guess.
See, like right here, me and Damon would hop up the A wing, go to the.
That's what I
BB,
would have did.
Jump off.
Crawl all the
Bada
way.
bing, bada boom. Have a good day.
I don't know. I kind of liked what Seth did.
No. It's a fine play. It's a fine play for sure.
No,
I like the
but
tweet.
The better play
the-
would be going on the wing because
Wait,
that
is
player
that for
has
sure
no
a better
idea where he
play?
dropped it down.
Yeah, even what he
think the
did.
wing-
No,
you think the
what
wing is
what he
just
did.
fine?
What he did was good. So look, so he's gonna start approaching the point. He sees that he's not obviously on the middle of the
Yeah, on
point.
this part,
So
yeah.
if he's not
He's
on the right side
right.
here, he
He's
has to
outer.
be on the left.
He
So
got
already he's screwing up
incinerated.
right here. Look,
He got
no.
fucking incinerated.
60 hertz, Craig. Bada bing,
What
bada
the
boom.
fuck was
Ender-
that?
Well, and
Wait,
you know
wait, he
Ender
also
is
got-
blasting his shit.
Ender
He
got
hears
first
them
shot.
slide there.
Yeah,
He knows
yeah.
exactly where he is.
Exactly. So
So-
if Scump, all he had to do was check the right side as he's approaching. Yeah. As soon as he knows he's not on the right side, he has Ender trapped. At that point, you have a sub AR. Boom. All you have to do is slide at him, kill him. But even if he doesn't opt to do that, if he hops the point, Ender has to peek around that corner, or he has to stay contesting because if he gets off the point, the time starts running out. So he
Ooh,
has
I get what
only
you
one
mean.
place he can go. And if
Yeah.
he doesn't do it, he hops off the point,
And then Seth can
the
slide
game-
cancel around the corner and chow
Yeah,
him,
the game is
camera him.
over. That's all we had to do.
So like, so
Is there a way to
contesting
slow
from
it even
that.
more?
So contesting from like that. Like the turbine and just pretty much pre-aiming. If he's on the point, of course you know exactly
Everybody's
where he is.
guessing that kill.
If he gets,
Well, no,
if he gets off, he can go to the right.
Like,
Exactly. He
def-
has no place to go.
Definitely
Yeah, I
watching
get
it
what you're
back.
saying,
Ender
Chris.
definitely had the advantage on him for sure because he knows
Ender-
exactly where he is.
Ender knows where he is, and Ender gets first shot. Everybody thinks Seth got first shot. He did not.
No,
if you,
yeah,
if
no,
you,
no,
if,
he did not
if you
first
look,
shot.
but by the time
I'll
Seth's
pause
first
it so you
bullet
can see it.
hits,
Yeah.
he's at a
But we're
pretty
just trying
sure
to
it's
start.
like a bullet
We're just trying to start some
Yeah,
propaganda
I'm
about
not
it,
even
so.
trying. I don't even care about the kill. I'm saying the way that he
It's
played it,
fine,
like
though.
he literally had only one place he could be, and if he got off the point, the time starts dwindling, and he has no place to go, and he's screwed. Like the fact that he even like started to go and hug this wall, he started to already give himself an opportunity to get clutched on. There's no other place he could
Yeah.
be.
Wait, if he like slid
I mean,
cancel
are
around
you
the corner
playing
and
it safe
chow?
or are you playing it like a man, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see Seth make the play a little bit faster because the point was almost capped. Like Ender, like when Seth got on the point, bro, there was a sliver. Like,
I think
My
that's
God,
what
did you guys
yeah, I
see,
think
did you
that's
guys
what
see
he like.
Shotzi's face?
I think
Yeah,
that's
he was
how
hyped.
planned
that's
that,
my
though.
favorite. Dude,
I wonder
oh
if that
my
was his
god,
plan.
let me see it. Oh my god.
Look at
dude, he's
Shotzi's face,
fucking
bro.
hyped, bro. This guy's hyped out of his
gassed.
mind. Just to lose the series, that sucks.
wait till you see him in the search. That is like even better in the 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, good try out of Scump. Good try, but
No, apparently Crim made a face after the 1v1 with Seth and Shotzi. I want to see that.
Yeah, but I feel like Shotzi just like, I don't know, in that situation, it was a slide fest around a thing. You just feel like Shotzi's gonna win it, and then he doesn't, and he's just like mind blown.
yeah. Well, Porter probably
well,
lost.
no,
full-
he
to
had
be
a clear-cut
fair,
advantage
to
too,
be
'cause he had
fair,
him super weak.
yeah, no. To be fair, Shotzi should have won that 1v1. He threw it away.
threw it
Threw it
away.
away. He did a really good job finessing with his movement and getting Seth weak and tagging him up, and then he just completely missed shots when he jumped the corner.
Yeah.
Guys, you keep telling me to look at Scump's tweet. Let's pull it up. Scump, he came out and he said to Crimsix, he said, "All respect, GG's, bro." So nothing but love from the Optic guys and the
Oh,
Dallas
that's
guys.
fucking whack. I'm about to reply to that pussy shit.
No, okay. Zinni doesn't like the respect. He wants to see some beef.
Do we
Yo,
want
come on.
to watch this Hardpoint?
Come on.
Yo, Ben, I just want to say one thing. Like,
Yeah.
I know we talked about like Dallas having an auto veto, but like I feel like that's a situation where that fucked them right here in this map 4. Because if they could have vetoed checkmate Hardpoint like they wanted to, I'm sure that it would have been a better chance of them winning it. But since they have an auto veto and Apocalypse, like they just threw away this Hardpoint because they knew checkmate's Dallas or Optic's best map too.
Yeah.
But do you think Dallas was trying to like gauge how good they were at checkmate themselves to see if they were potentially the best team? Because if they did win this, they were the best checkmate team.
I mean, I think it's a situation where they feel like Apocalypse is way worse than their checkmate game, you know?
Yeah,
well,
but
we
have
talked
to
about
think, we have to think about it
earlier
too.
on the show, Dylan.
We have to think about it too, because like I was just gonna say, if they do win the checkmate, that's really good going forward.
Yeah.
But now they know. Now they kind of be like, okay, we can't play Optic if we match up against them on checkmate again. We have to switch up the vibes and try something else now. So it could kind of be like that. It could pay off in the long run, but who knows?
It's your two best records for a map. Like,
my
you
thought
gotta
process
square
is
up
this.
at some point. Like you gotta square up at some point.
So my thought process is this, right? So after each team bans a map, you end up with 3 maps in the pool. And so like what's happened with Apocalypse a lot in these series is like it doesn't get banned by the 2 teams, but nobody wants to pick it because then you get the bad side pick. We mentioned it earlier in the show.
Yeah.
And to take that even further to the auto veto point, like would have liked to have seen them maybe ban this map. And yeah, maybe you don't want to play Apocalypse, but Optic's not going to pick it either. So you get those next 2 maps in the pool there. So
you have like the other one.
Force the other team to make that mistake and make it a little bit interesting instead of being a little bit by the book there.
Yeah.
But
there you go, guys. Stop banning Apocalypse. Use your head.
And you gotta think, right? You got somebody as knowledgeable as Parasite on the sideline who can really help Dallas here with their S&D game. Parasite, he comes out and says, "Let me know, I got you." So you gotta think.
Waggy.
I'll take any opportunity to work with anyone.
I mean,
I'm not playing the CDL anyway.
And I want to say this live on the flank while we have 10K viewers. A team would be lucky to have you, Chris. You've been in the scene. You've been a staple in the scene, and you definitely know what you're talking about. And you're a smart player, so I think you're a big asset to a team. I really do. I think.
You gotta thank every one of these CDL teams. You're eyeing Chris Hagasite Duarte. He's obviously a super analytical mind, and Chris, I hope the best for you.
Thank you.
Even with expansion teams, right? If there's expansion teams coming in, I really don't know if there are, but you got to think that maybe we will see some expansion teams. So, Parasite would be a good fit, maybe to be a coach, to be a head coach.
So would Zinni, not for coach, but for a player.
Yeah, there's definitely, there's a lot of things up in the air. So we'll see what happens.
You ever think we'll get LANs, bro? Like, I've been watching MOBAs, and they're all playing on LAN for MOBAs, man.
Wait, really?
Next year,
yeah, like
where are they playing
League?
the LANs out of?
I don't know. China? I don't know.
I'll say the same
going to China.
Listen, I'll say the same thing I've been saying on the show every time this question comes up. If everybody does their thing, people get the vaccine, we get back to normal faster.
These guys had League of Legends in like fucking China for Worlds when the vaccine didn't exist.
Those are still hard events to pull off, though. You have to
down to move to China for a season. That'd be lit.
And test people and flood them out. Like it's
they
not cheap.
They had it in like the what do you call the beginning area?
This is why we have Ben, because he has got the answers that we don't know.
Ben will break it down for us.
That's also like Valorant's going to like they're going to Iceland, I think, to do their first LAN.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Iceland. They're going to Iceland.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if everyone's able to get it,
these motherfuckers are going to Iceland.
Yeah, but
I feel like you guys should easily be able to play a LAN in the near future.
I don't think it's as simple as you guys, because to go overseas, can you just go overseas right now just to go overseas?
You just fly there. And
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Zinni, I'm telling you, League of Legends had like 30 teams in China or Korea. Like fucking for Worlds.
Yeah, but they're probably... Is there a visa situation?
It's totally.
But we're all in America. You guys are all in America.
Let me hear what Ben's gonna say. Let me hear.
Yeah, Ben, what's gotta say, bro?
For a few months, and now I'm not really sure, but like in the winter.
Yo, pause the game, and back it up because we haven't been talking about it.
Yeah, we can talk about this.
Let me make the point, then we'll talk about it.
Go ahead.
But to that note, so like the issue for a while then was actually not going to the country that you're going to, but trying to get back, and also getting back if you're not a U.S. citizen. Now it sort of depends on where you're flying to. Some countries have quarantine rules, some don't. So it's not like it's not the same in every region.
Yeah.
Some regions are going through variants. It's a very complex situation.
Yeah. Hey guys, take it easy in the chat. Everybody take a deep breath and calm down. We're going to talk about the game. There's a lot to talk about, guys. We got a long show. Anything that you guys want, you know, you put in the chat, but you know, we'll take care of it. We'll go back and we'll watch the game.
People are asking us to talk about this map. Optic is so good at checkmate, man. They
Restart
do a really good job.
Put it all the way to the beginning.
But they just do a good job of maximizing.
There has to be a reason.
They were ahead of the game the whole game.
There has to be a reason.
Listen, there's only so much we can break down. They just they just literally fucking whacked
Scump
them.
went 20 and 10, like, you know.
Oh, we go all the way.
Can you guys play on LAN already?
Envoy fried too. Envoy fried too.
They all fucking fried. They were a well-oiled machine.
Wait, Damon, just to say it, this match is pretty much LAN, by the way. They're playing on 60 Hz and they're all on 8 ping. So if there's any other match that's a LAN match, it's this right here.
Wait, what happens when East Coast plays LAG?
Okay, listen.
Then it
I'm a
gets
part of that. I'm actually East Coast.
Wait,
Toronto,
if you live in Toronto, you are blessed.
No, wait, hold on.
If you live in Toronto and you play a Texas team, you are blessed.
For Los Angeles team, they put me on a Denver server. Can you tell me how that makes sense?
Wait,
isn't that like at a higher elevation too? That's fucked, bro. That's
you have two teammates in Texas, though.
I was actually gonna say this. Being West Coast this year with the server choices is actually like better. Like it's actually better than being East this year. Because they added way more West Coast servers, and you're legitimately playing on something like Denver or Dallas like every single time. Yeah. I think there's actually a Salt Lake City one too.
Attach is saying Toronto is blessed because
the
ping is really good. So
Toronto is blessed.
They don't
let them speak.
Listen, you're not letting me explain my point. Toronto is blessed in the Texas matchup because don't you get is it a Chicago server?
No. It's in Atlanta or San Luis.
It's Atlanta because I remember all the Texas people.
Damn, bro, that's
play
just
on a
right beside
45
them.
ping. Both the Toronto people play on a 35 ping and 30 to 35.
That is such cap.
That is cap.
I went
That's not that bad for online play.
I'm in Toronto. I played.
That's as good as they're gonna get sometimes.
You're capping out of your asshole.
Then he forgets to mention the fact that we play on 60 ping every day in our practice, and he gets to play on 8 ping. So
all right, everybody quiet down. Everybody quiet down for a second. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, calm down. We got a listening coming in from the Dallas Empire. I would love to listen in and just see how they sound, because obviously they were getting steamrolled.
I'm hitting him out. Yo, two there. Yo, they both one
Yo, good time?
I don't see our side.
Oh, yeah, he's there. Fuck. Fuck. Our side, yeah. All good.
Get that time if you can.
Here with the Crim boys.
Mid player now.
Right?
Come in playing. Good time. I'm watching over you. I'm watching over you. Go.
He's our side alien. One guy's they're
Alien?
Went up there.
I need over, eh?
Yeah, went up mid plane still. He went up.
No, he got me left wing. Lights.
You want another guy coming?
He's going our Tetris.
Yeah, I got him. I got Tetris.
Alright.
Yo, there's Envoy side. Low wing.
I'm looking at it.
I got needed from this side.
No, you went mid plane, bro.
Yeah, big win on the guy top lane.
Yo, hill pressure, guys.
Yep. One guy just pushed out. He backed up. Yeah, Brownie back here lane as well hurt.
Nothing mid plane.
Kill hill pressure, seriously.
One ring.
I flashed him mid lane.
Oh, he's army.
Army dead.
Only one.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna lower this real quick. I'm gonna lower the sound. That was a rough to hear, bro. That was a bad listening. One, you hear Porter grabbing his mic and shoving it into his mic so everybody can hear him, and I was just like,
that is Crim's MO. When I was on Optic with him, if we like lose a hill, he'd go, well, all right, we're good. Get money up.
Listen, guys, wake the fuck up.
So definitely not. I don't know. Wasn't and then they just seem so frustrated. Like they're still early. They're only down a hill. And they just sound like they already lost. They sound like they're just losing composure.
You know what it sounds like, Tom? It sounds like they're in fucking checkmate. No moves.
Yep, that's what I'm saying, Damon. It sounded terrible.
Oh!
Big two-piece coming out of Scump.
You gotta think if you're Shotzi, you gotta win right that one. Am I right, Joe? Obviously, quite the kill from the King. So he's our game field marquee match player for this series, and we're glad to have him.
And I also want to give a shout out to Maven because he's in the chat and he gifted me like 170 subs. This guy's literally the fucking man. So shout out to Maven, you beautiful bastard.
Yeah, Clint, I'm working on it. Don't worry, I'll get it down.
Zinni's got one line down. That's it, one line.
Clint, you always say, Joe, you gotta think if you're Optic, you're happy with that map. And Scum, I mean, our game field marquee match players, Joe, he was doing his thing, Joe. So you know, it's a good map from him.
Yo, guys,
Marquee.
Maven also streams all the time on Twitch, so make sure to go check it out at twitch.tv/Maven, bro. He's always having some good streams.
Wait,
Maven
he wants to join the call. He wants to join.
Get him in, Ben. DM it to him.
You. Clint, I'm on DM you.
By
Get
the
him
way,
in the
that
team
call out
speak.
that call out you guys are
Clint is
talking
gonna be
about,
like
I'm
fucking
pretty sure,
team speak. Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure the call out's called attach, not alien.
Does
drop down
I
in the
swear
wing.
he said alien.
I think he said alien.
I thought he said attach.
Nah, it was a.
What the fuck is alien?
It's the.
Dude,
I
I'm
mean, they
telling
were
you, he
calling
said
out.
alien.
They're calling out when somebody was dropping down. It was like, oh, he's dropping down, and then I'm pretty sure he said alien or attach, like when you're dropping down the side of the wing by the pocket.
Definitely
to,
not
like, come
attach.
off the point.
No, yeah, A-lane.
Oh,
Anyone back in my day, we had call outs, so you could not say in listen-ins nowadays.
A-lane.
Oh,
Thank you, chat. Thank you, Zoomaa, for clearing it up.
Dude, he said alien. That's how you know they were losing.
They were losing
He said
full.
alien.
Bro, I was thinking, I was like, what the fuck is alien? Like, if anybody's gonna make a call out like that, it's fucking Dallas, right? Probably Porter, like, this is gonna be called alien. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, what the fuck is that? But dude, honestly, to talk about this map, you guys want us to talk about it a little bit? Optic absolutely fucking steamrolled through these guys.
Listen, I'm not gonna overcomplicate it. They fucked them. It's pretty.
Fucked them.
It's pretty simple. They rotated and they got the kills and they won by how much? 150 points, 100 points, something crazy.
It was not a lot of points. It was over 100 points, I think. I think they absolutely smoked them. And Scump was moving different too. He was feeling himself. He was absolutely peasing. He was definitely turned up. So shout out to Scumpy. Shout out to
You
King
guys
Scumpy.
already know what Nameless would say about a performance like this.
What would he say?
Wow, I'm mind blown.
That's all he says. Thank you, Nameless. It's always a pleasure. But yeah, this was come on, guys. Like, we could talk about this, but at the same time, it's like, what do you want us to talk about here?
You want to skip?
I think we can skip. I mean, they did what they
yo,
had to do.
This is a series where like you're smoking the team, throw down the strike pack and blow someone up for me. Like I would love it. Put it in a doorway, shoot the strike pack.
No,
I give you subs or something if somebody does it.
I can't wait till someone dies at to a trophy, like an actual aerial trophy, like someone
like he
so
throws
weak
it at
and you
him?
throw a trophy at him.
Oh.
I've seen it on TikTok where like someone literally just gets fucking trophied, but not.
Does someone know how much damage you take from getting hit by a trophy?
I don't know. Can you imagine? I would be so disrespected.
69, Ben.
Damn, these guys were all focused, bro. Both teams
Shut
were
up,
focused,
Maven.
man. These guys are unbelievable. Is Maven coming in or what? Does Maven have TeamSpeak? Does
Maven
he know what
was,
TeamSpeak?
Maven was fronting.
He was fronting. That's a Laven. Let's get a Laven in the chat. Let's get a Laven. I got excited. For that one. I love Maven, bro, but that's a Laven.
All right, boys. I gotta dip out as well. I gotta hit the gym. I'm skinny right now.
No way, bro.
Good deal.
No fucking way, bro.
Thanks for hopping on.
Thank
It's
you,
gonna be an early
bro.
night for me, bro. I was like, getting to my old age. I gotta go to sleep
That's
early.
a Latach.
Love you all.
That's a Latach.
Peace. Love you.
Have a good
Yo,
one.
Love
Ben.
you too,
Hey,
dude.
everyone, brother.
Thanks for joining.
Ben, did that say Dallas was 5-0 on this?
In I think around was that around 11 stat?
Oh, okay. I don't know. There was a stat.
Game 5 stat. I mean, Dallas has been really clutch in these game 5s, I know, and also the round 11s. I saw some tweet the round 11 score, and we know that Dallas is also really good this map historically.
Boys, I gotta shit again, man. I'll be back.
You're always taking shit.
Dude, I hate
you shit like no, bro. You shit more than I know.
No, I'll tell you honestly, my stomach has been acting up. I think it's because listen, I'm not gonna lie. I went rogue a little bit like 20 minutes ago, and I walked over to my little cabin. I had some chocolate, some Sour Patch Kids. I started.
Oh my God, you're mixing up chocolate and sour candy? Jesus, this guy's going rogue. This guy's going fucking rogue. This guy's on a whole nother level, ladies and gentlemen. But Zinni, go take your shit. Go do what you gotta do. This guy, guys, when I was teaming with Zin on Faze, and Dylan would tell you, but he dipped out. This guy was shit after every map. Every time our scrims would take 3 hours. This guy shit 4 to 5 times a scrim. I couldn't make it up. I really can't make this up. Hey, shout out to Joey D in the chat. Let's go to work in the chat. How you doing, Joe? And we got Spence in here. Shout out to Spencer, man. Shout out to Joe, Merc, and Spencer, man. We love y'all. We love you guys. You can let it play, Ben. Let it go. Let's see what happens.
I got you.
Let's let it play, and we'll walk through this map, guys, and we'll kind of break it down and see what happened. But Optic, they played well, and obviously they got the dub, and they kind of steamrolled them this map as well.
Yeah, it was an interesting start, and then Optic just kind of ran away with it. I thought this would go to a classic round 11 on checkmate, but
the Empire S&D woes continue, man.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that 1v1 with Shotzi and Scump again. First of all, obviously Shotzi should have won it, but Shotzi's an amazing player, bro. One of the best players in the league for sure. Reigning MVP.
Wait, hold on. Can we
he
talk
definitely
about
just messed it up.
How does Dashy die instantly off this round?
I don't know. Let it play, and we'll give it a peek, Ben. Just let it play, Ben. Do not touch it for the rest of the map. Let it play out. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it together.
He was waiting for it, Ben. Some kid killed me where Brandon was in league play. It's like a crack on that thing, on that building.
A crack? Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Like,
I know what you're talking about.
Not the fin, but what's the other thing you guys call?
Tube?
That thing. Yeah,
Tube.
that thing to the right.
Yeah, there's
he
a crack
stands on
there.
the right side. Yeah, except Shatsu was ready for it.
Damn, he must have saw him, which is crazy.
Some league play kid killed me like that, bro. It looked like Shatsu was waiting for it.
The
I don't
plane's
know.
penis? That Maven calls it the plane's penis.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good call, I guess. The plane's penis. Good off angle here by Scum.
He's in the shaft.
He's in the shaft, bro.
We saw this also with Kyler later in this map. Like when you hold this angle, your foot actually kind of sticks through.
Yeah, this
the wall.
could get
Wait,
risky.
is that actually sticking through?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
But then again, like, who the fuck looks like they might not even look there? Like, do they see it? They don't see it. Yeah, they don't see it.
They see it. They see it in a later round when Kyler does it. You'll see.
Dude,
it
anyone who lays there now is getting seen. Like, watch your feet.
Yeah, definitely watch your feet if you're lying there. We're all learning together here, live on the flank, ladies and gentlemen.
I've seen Dallas attempt this rap play a couple of times in previous series and have been successful with it here. Doesn't really work out.
Good
for
play
them.
out of Envoy to just come in from behind him and hit a pinch. So Optic does good there. They don't make any plays. They don't force anything. They just wait. They just wait. Obviously, they lose Brucey, but at the same time, you know, they don't have to plant a bomb. Like Dallas, they have to try and make a play. They have to get the bomb down, but Optic, they have good patience and they don't overchow anything. And just like that, bada bing, bada boom. Envoy waits for someone to make a play. He comes in behind and he pops a nice two. So good play out of Envoy there. He timed that perfectly. That's a good. That's one thing I like to. I see in Envoy's game. He's very good on his
He got
timings.
skinny legs.
He's very good with his timings, man. He's very good.
No calves.
And what happens here? So it looks like they're trying to play a B. I mean, it's checkmate ace and D, right? So it's all B hits for the most part. I do think A hits can work sometimes if you really want to catch a team off guard. I've seen it happen before in challengers where people have A
Go
strats.
every round, see what the other team does.
The fellow John
Never
Tom
expect
team has done it.
Yeah,
They've done it twice.
Yeah, Fellows team has done it a couple times, and it worked both times. Both times they did it, it worked. So
The way
Dallas. You go ahead.
The way
play,
Dallas plays their setup, they can actually just go up to A, hug the wall, and the guy that's watching their A for them can't see him because I'm pretty sure he's playing like an off angle on the wood steps. And if you just hug the wall, you actually can't see him.
So they're like assuming that nobody's just gonna go A.
Yeah, but like you can easily spot check like a lot of the OP spots, like the green tube, inside the yellow crate. And if you don't see them, you just risk it, hug the wall, and go for it, man. Gotta take more risk.
The best thing to do in the plane is you got to challenge this stuff together, and that's exactly what Optic did. You see a lot of teams, they just single chow a plane. I don't know why. They just slide out, and nobody slides out with them. But Optic do a good job. They wait for each other. They make sure they don't do anything. They don't make any single boneheaded plays. And it showed, man. They singled people out. And that's what you got to do. You just got to work together. All you need to do, really, is just back up that guy in the back of the plane and just put some bullets into him so he can't chow, and then just slide on the guy on bomb. While, you know what I'm saying? And just calm it. And just try and work together. I feel like that's the best way, unless you guys have anything. What is like the best way?
I mean, back in my day, I'd whip out an LMG and just shoot through the wall till the bomb's down. Like,
can't do that
glance.
these days. Can't do that these days with the GAs. You know, the GAs, all the LMGs, they're gone.
But honestly, I'd probably ask someone who plays. Like, I know when I played, at least for a little bit, like I was not sliding into the plane. Like that's for someone else.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But Haggy or Asim or someone else probably give you better input on that.
I love to slide into people on the plane. That's what I do. So.
Yeah, you and Mac love the plane.
You basically what you try and get it like if you're in there, you try working a free pick if you can. Then if not, like
you just get the bomb down.
What, you got to work around the plane, or then like eventually double push in and hope you get a trade. I guess. I don't know.
You either work the plane pick or you bait aside and late hit the other one. It's like the best play. Offense is just really shit on that map. So there's only so many limited things you can do. It's relying on either people throwing away their lives or like you getting through a lane when you shift attention from the other.
And I like the angle that Brucey's playing. Matt does a good job getting the blood here. He gets a big win on Shotzi. And you gotta, I like the cheeky spot. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. You got to start thinking now, if you could see people's feet from there, you got to be careful from that exit spot. People are learning a bunch of little things like that, man. Like you see people evolving, right? Like there's just so many little spots. Even here, Bruce, he gets some shots to the window.
There by standing up.
I don't know why Porter was standing up. Yeah, it definitely costed him for sure.
Got a big head.
Yeah, Porter's head might have been a little too big there.
But you know you kill him off the bomb from under the plane, shoot him through the floor.
Yeah.
And then right here, I mean, Dallas, they're screwed.
Yeah,
They're
they just got
absolutely
6
screwed.
seconds on the clock.
Oh my god, and Scump comes in, he pumps a big two.
Damn.
Big plays at a Scumpy there. At that point, they have no time. Scump can hit the bomb and kill him off bomb and just tell Bruce to run. And that's exactly what they did.
You guys know there's actually 0 safe spot on that bomb to plant besides if you push onto the table and push their side, because if they prone behind it, you can see them, you can see their feet. And if they crouch behind it, you can see their head.
Envoy, guys.
Yeah. So like, there's really no place on that bomb to plant safely for the offensive side unless you push in and get on top of the table.
It's literally only on the defensive side of the bomb, like behind it.
Yeah, on top of it, on top of the table.
My
like,
apologies,
and even then, if a guy strafes out like on the side of the yellow crate, you can actually see them. So like, that bomb is literally a death trap, and if you're the defensive team, you would have to like be looking at nothing.
That was actually
to let that
Envoy.
bomb go down.
That was actually Envoy too. I messed it up. It was Envoy. You know, it's been a long day, guys, and I got 20 more hours to go.
This was Optic's map pick?
Yeah, I think it was.
So what did Dallas veto?
Oh, you're right. They do see Collar's foot. Wait, I wonder, was Scump hitting him?
Dallas vetoed Moscow.
Oh, was he shooting at him right there?
Hey, wait, that I feel like Moscow you can do a lot more than you can on Checkmate.
You can.
I feel like Dallas should like. Sorry,
I think Dallas plays Moscow a lot, and Optic's record's kind of mixed. I mean, we saw them get smoked by Atlanta earlier in the year. Then they won Moscow, and they lost another one to someone else.
Last time I seen Dallas on there, I think they lost. I forget who it was against.
Dallas played that map a lot.
You gotta think that Dallas is going into the series thinking they're a better S&D team. Granted, both teams have had like weird, like, you know, situations where they're not good at search, and now Optic's improving, and Dallas is getting worse. But like, you don't veto Moscow.
I mean, shit, if Smoke's
they'd
probably be really good.
I wonder why Dallas picked this.
Like I said, if you're a better S&D team, you don't pick this map.
So people are saying that they played this map earlier, the two teams, and Dallas lost them.
Either way,
so maybe
if I'm Dallas, I'm just kind of all right. Ender, Kyler, Shotzi, go hit A and just fucking kill everybody in the bomb site. Rather than this map, you're so limited on what you can do. It's just like you're.
I mean, you can only do one. You can only do one thing.
Before you were on, Zen, like it's just a map that, like,
this
you
map
don't
is
want
fucking horrendous. Jesus
You're a
Christ.
bad S&D team. If you're a good S&D team, or you think you're a good S&D team, you don't pick Checkmate. Like
the A bomb site needs to move.
That's what Moscow and Faze do. They don't, sorry, not Moscow. Rocker and Faze don't play this map at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I agree. I agree with Zen.
The same thing.
The map is not my favorite.
No, hold on, wait. This map's a great respawn map. This is one of my favorite hardpoint maps.
But not an
for
S&D.
It's just the A bomb site. It's like you got to move it into that lane. That will at least make it a little better. Because I mean, the stat is like what 60 plants at B, 3 at A. Like that's actually crazy.
You just gotta. What if you put the bomb on the A street behind the boxes, so it forces the defensive team to like actually get eyes on that lane?
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I was saying.
So I was thinking, I don't think this map is going to be played in the future, but best case scenario for now,
Intel.
They either put the. I mean, I just don't think so. I think they need to move the A bomb under the right wing, like literally like hugging, not like the turbine, like the left. So if you're on the defensive side, hugging the defensive side of the wing. That way, you need to actually establish some sort of map control around P2, around front P2, P4, around that wing to watch it. Because other than if
Dude,
you
low key,
don't do
a
that,
bomb under the plane, like it sounds dumb, but I don't think it would be that bad.
Yeah,
It'd be better.
under the right wing, yeah, they do that, and then they move the bomb in the plane because obviously I think that bomb's also shit. They move it towards front of Tetris, but like a little bit closer towards their wing. And I know they're close together, but at the same time, that makes it so you actually have to establish some sort of control of the map, and plane would still be important because plane would open up like sub lanes to flank the
Kinda.
I feel like speed offense with that setup.
I feel like
have some pace this map.
I feel like you can't put the A bomb that close to B though, under the wing. I feel like if you keep the A bomb on the street and just put it behind the box, you know, behind that box heady on the end of that street, I think it'll be fine. Right now it's just in the open. It's just in the open. You can't do anything there.
The's no excuse for Dallas to be down 4-1 on this map.
No, there's not. They're losing Ds.
Like you got to win some defenses,
yeah,
man. Like,
you do.
Obviously Optic's playing well. You can't discredit them, but like you're in a pretty clear-cut advantage on defense, and it's like you need to get first blood.
Well, this is the 1v1 round, right?
Yeah.
Yep, this was it, and this was a huge round.
I mean, guys, are they playing like too far back, or like what are they? I don't know. They get a blood here. He
like,
kills this guy.
Why is Hook playing back P2?
I mean, that's not a bad play.
With an AR.
Oh, I'm saying why is Hook?
Oh, you're saying why that specific player?
I want Hook in the plane.
Yeah, no.
With an SMG with Shotzi.
Yeah, no, 100%. It was definitely a little weird to see him with an AR over here. But then again, maybe who do you want in there? Maybe Ender? You want Ender playing that spot?
Yeah, I mean, Ender's an AR player.
You have Ender or Crim playing either around P2, Green Tube, and Tetris, and then you have the other two playing around the plane.
And right here, this is the 1v1. This is the 1v1 between Shotzi and Scump. Why you fucking pause it? This is the 1v1. And right here, so Ant does a really good job. He's finessing. He's using his movement. He's sliding around. He tags up Seth right here. Right here, he needs to win this. He just he doesn't need to jump at that point. He doesn't need to jump at that point. Obviously,
Shotzi reaction.
How much
him jumping?
Pause it on the reactions. Pause it on the reactions,
He just needed to not miss, bro.
Wait, is there a way to know how much HP Seth had after getting shot at that many times?
I don't think so.
I mean, he was one shot.
But yeah, he got hit 3 times.
He got hit a lot. Seth flipped out when he clutched this. He probably couldn't believe it.
I feel like you see their health bars sometimes, but like, am I crazy?
Yeah, I don't think
only
so.
when you're
At least twice
spectating?
more. Obviously, he's not regen by this quick.
Yeah, he's not.
He tags him
1,
up
2,
2,
3.
3.
Is that 3?
Right here, he
yeah,
just...
Oh wait, he's literally. Oh my God, his bullet just passed my apartment window.
Yeah, he just whiffed.
Look at Crim's
Damn, look at them, bro. Oh, look at Ant. He lost composure. Look at Scump. Look at Scump's face. Look at his face, bro. Seth was like, what the fuck? Bro, they lost. Everybody lost full. Like, just look, and you could tell just by the reactions here that Optic, they had it in the bag. At this point, it's fucking chalked. They're up 5-1.
He was 115 health. No, he wasn't. That's not possible.
No way. There's no way.
If he's clipping them through the wall, like if the bullets are registering like being clipped through walls, it's possible.
115 after what? How was that through the wall?
We'd have to see his perspective to know.
I mean, like, you know how, dude, the way the game works.
He was 10 HP.
Oh, he was 10 HP. All right.
He was 10 HP.
They showed in the replay. Okay.
That's actually impressive if you're Shotzi. You're 150 HP, your opponent is 10. It takes a lot to lose it, and he lost it.
He just,
Unfortunate for him. I'm being honest.
No, he messed up. He messed up. He tried to get too fancy with it here when he jumped.
He's still one of the best in the world.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. He just messed up right here. And Scump made a good play.
You're not wrong, Zam, but like, I'm not losing that.
Scump's jump shot. You know what it was too? Scump hit a jump shot, and he hit a wide jump shot, and I don't think Ant expected it. So it was a good play out of Scump too. He smoked him. Scump made a good play. And you got to think, Scump, he made up for that 1v1, with Ender. So this was a big play out of him. Big play. So hats off to Scum, and they go up 5-1 here, and then at this point, it's chalked. It's fucking chalked.
Maven, you're baked.
Both of them lose it.
Baked.
You think so? You think so, baby?
I've been through the waters of fighting Fastballa.
Shout out to Fastballa, man. I saw Fastballa today on my timeline. He was in the backyard looking for Easter eggs. This guy's 25 years old. He's got Easter eggs in the yard full of cash. I mean, it's not a bad gig. This guy's in the yard trying to find Easter eggs full of money.
I used to live for that.
Me too.
The golden egg. I used to find that, get a quick 20.
Yeah, bro. We have a big family over here. All the little cousins, they'd be running around trying to find the eggs. Good times, man. Good family time. But now we go back, and now Optic, they're up 5-1. They have the defensive side. I mean, at this point, if you're Dallas, you need a fucking miracle, because Optic, when you have a team like Optic who goes up and you give them a lead like this, you just give up too many O's. You can't give them that many O's. So it's pretty much tough.
Checkmate in general. I mean, I feel like it could be anyone right on this map going down this bad. Like, I don't know. You have to do something really wrong to put yourself in this situation.
You got to make the play here.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say, like, usually teams don't lose a lot of defense on this map. That's why it goes around 11. So it's rare to see this map kind of end lopsided like this.
Yeah, like this. Yeah.
And Scum made a really good play.
You lose 1 defense, it's salvageable. You lose 2, like, you're getting in the territory of getting blown out.
Yeah,
like, that's just the way it is.
Yeah,
like tennis.
And it's Scump. He singles the guy out on bomb. He knows when to make the play. He pushes through, gets another kill, and just like that, Scumpy. He's fucking hyped. The Optic guys are hyped, and that's exactly what you needed out of them, man. They needed a big win like this, especially against a team like Dallas. So,
dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, not even like. I mean, maybe bias. I don't know bias. I don't even know if this makes sense, but I feel like this is a huge win. Like, honestly, after the first map, I didn't think they were gonna win this series, kind of. And like, yeah, they beat who they beat the other day. Seattle after.
It was Seattle. But Seattle played them good. Seattle played them really good.
Honestly, after they got 6-0'd, and then that series, like, I don't know. I didn't even think they looked much better versus Seattle. So, like, I was, like, really worried for them coming into this match versus Dallas. Luckily, like, they were still in winners either way, right?
Yeah, they were.
Go to the interview.
So that they kind of got saved for. No thanks to Minnesota or whoever did it.
Optic played well. Don't get me wrong, but we can go back and forth about this. Empire threw, and the way they played the rest of these on 100%. Raid, just watching their decision making was terrible. Like, it was good on Optic to obviously win those rounds and stuff like that, but Empire wasn't even giving themselves a chance. They were making terrible decisions. They were getting information and weren't using it properly. They were not playing like themselves, like that you would expect them actually. Rather.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, I feel like it's like that for like a lot of the series I've watched this year.
Yeah,
like one team plays good, but the other team, like, yeah, they could have played better, and they like threw away so much.
Yeah, but I expect that from some of the lower teams. You know, I mean, I don't expect that from a team that literally just got second in the last split.
Mm-hmm.
I feel but I don't know at this point, other than like
I want to say one more
Faze
thing
or
on
Minnesota.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like,
go ahead, Ben.
Which is I think for the reason that you pointed out, I think it's fair to say that at this point, if like I had to rank the teams of strength going into this major, just this stage in a vacuum, you'd probably put New York over Dallas in that group of Chicago and Atlanta, correct?
I would.
Yeah, I would, just because
No
New
bias.
York is consistent. Like that, you know what you get out of New York. They've been consistent. Empire, you don't know what version of them you're going to get. New York, they've played well consistently every single match.
Yep. No, 100%. I want to listen to Envoy's interview, and I also want to give a shout out to my girlfriend Queen Mitch in the chat. Give him some subs. So shout out to Queen Mitch. Shout out Mitch in the chat. I hope you're enjoying Easter with the fam. I saw the food and it looks phenomenal, and I'm jealous. I'm actually starving right now too.
What do you order, Tom?
I gotta order something. Dude. I'm on a 24 hours, so I can't just get up and go get food. You know what I'm saying? I gotta order. I gotta eat here.
24.
So I'll probably order some fast food or something, bro. I'm gonna feel like, bro, I'm already tired.
Like, can you wait?
Pause,
is sleeping on stream allowed anymore or no?
Yeah, it is. You want me to take a nap on stream?
That's what I would do.
You see these people that are in fucking bathtubs every night.
I know. Can you believe this shit? The Twitch is on a whole nother level.
People showing their fucking. Never mind.
What if I went in the bathtub, in the hot tub, and started writing shit on me? You
Just
think
know,
that'd be
if I
fine?
took my shirt off, I'd somehow get banned because my tits would hit my knees.
Damon, you remember the video you did where you were dancing
dude, I don't
and putting
remember
ketchup all over you?
Yo, Dylan's got an interview.
And peanut butter?
Envoy got an interview.
I remember that.
Wasn't it? It was chocolate syrup.
Listen, I think I've only been banned on Twitch like twice. Like, chill out.
Damon was on the chair pouring syrup all over his chest. But what are you gonna do? Damon was crazy back in the day. He was a maniac. I love it. But let's listen to Envoy's. Let's listen to his interview and see what he had to say.
First up, like, what the hell is the atmosphere like in the Hex quarters right now? What was it like during the 1v1? What was it like during the comeback? What are you feeling right now?
I mean, man, that was an absolutely crazy series. It felt like in that game 5, after each round we won, we just kept getting more energy and more energy. And when Seth won that 1v1 versus Shotzi, I believe, we all saw him sitting next to the wooden pallets. But when Seth won the gunfight one shot, we were all screaming. That's probably the most hype I've seen anyone since last year. So everything's going great right now.
Oh man, like definitely one of the most exciting series we've seen in the CDL this year so far. We're looking forward to many more of those. But let's set the clock back a little bit. Like a week ago, your team wasn't looking as strong as it is now. What did you do in the lead up to this, big performance here? What did you change, and what are you going to be changing going into the major? Where are your key focuses there?
We really felt like last week we really just weren't all there as a team. In our first loss versus Minnesota, they came out really hot. Obviously, Standy had a good debut, and we weren't ready for that. And then the next loss, we just choked a lot of, little situations. But we went back, watched all those matches, learned a lot of things, as we're going to with all of our matches. We're going to go back, watch that Moscow and even the checkmate, because there's little mistakes in those games that we can fix. And you hate losing like 2 defenses on a checkmate control. That really can't happen. So going into the major, we're just going to keep trying to extend our map pool and throw in some curveballs here and there versus other teams.
Can't give any secrets. Nothing about obviously search was a big focus, but nothing going in the major. Just a couple of curveballs.
I mean, we've reworked a lot of our search, where people are playing at, setups, and even for respawn, just breaks and stuff. That little things matter, and with how break dependent this game is, it's super good that we're locking down on this sooner than later.
Good call. Wise words indeed. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Obviously, you're playing Toronto Ultra
Good
first.
interview.
Yeah, really good. I was a handsome guy. Good interview. He's very well spoken. It's always good to see players give interviews like that. What, Zen? What's the problem? What's the fucking problem, Zen?
I was agreeing.
Okay. I think he's a good he's really good in interviews, and you could tell just by the way he's talking. Optic, they're not playing around. When they lose, they care, and they're very passionate. They go back and they talk about stuff. Troy's in over there, and he's pointing out some mistakes, and their game has definitely escalated. Their control looked better, even though they lost it. I'm sure they're going to go back and fix some more things there, and their S&D looks a lot better. So, Dallas, fix your S&D. I think you guys will be a lot better as well. This was a great match. So, hats off to Dallas Empire, everybody over there, and hats off to Chicago, or Optic Chicago, because they played incredible today. So, great matches. And now we're going to look at the bracket going into the major, and we got some good ones. check this
Yeah,
out.
so let me read the top left corner because people can see on screen. So
Yeah,
your
here,
first
I'll move it.
rounds and winners. Oh, you're gonna move it. So I won't explain then. So I'll ask this question into the group. Are there any matchups in winners round 1, losers round 1 run? Maybe one of the teams that are coming from losers to make like a run to losers through the second round. Like any matchups here that you guys want to highlight?
Oh, you did. Oh, sorry.
I think they're all. I think every single matchup is actually a good one.
Really good.
Like,
I like that Dallas subliners game. That's going to be a really big one.
I think Optic Ultra's a underrated one as well.
I was about to say,
if Ultra
Cammy plays like Cammy, then yeah.
Here, finish up, Zen.
I mean, when Ultra's playing at peak performance, they're obviously we're really a super strong team, and Optic's strong, but I'm saying that could be a good one. Subliners Empire is good, but looking at the losers bracket, I think Mutineers Guerrillas to me is like that one's
They got
like
a good
toss-up for me.
bracket. They got a good bracket. I think those are good matchups for them, honestly. I think
That's
LG,
a toss-up.
they got Mutineers to kick it off, and then if they beat them, they go on to play Surge. I just think it's a good matchup for both of them. I think it's a good matchup for them. So there's definitely some good matches here. I definitely think it depends on what Ultra we see and what Optic we see. I think Optic looks really good right now, so Ultra's going to have to step up their game a little bit, but we know their ceiling, right? So I think with them, it's just their consistencies. So we'll see what Ultra does in going into this major. And then obviously I said the Dallas Subliners game really stands out to me just because, you have two of the top 3 teams just battling it out. So I think it's going to be a really good match. And I'm excited to see that one. And then whoever wins that goes on and plays Rocker. And they've looked like they've been on another level. Rocker picked up Standy and their whole team just flipped upside down. And then at the bottom, you have Paris versus Thieves. I personally think Paris is going to take that. Thieves is looking real rough to me right now. I'm going to be honest. They don't look good. They just don't. And I really want them to step up because I'm a big fan of all those players and the organization and Nate Shaw and everybody over there. Big 100T fan, but they just haven't been putting it together. So hopefully LA Thieves can make some noise. They do have some big tournament players. So we'll see what they can do. And then London, they're sitting there waiting. So we got some good matches, guys. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be nuts.
Yeah, I think 2 things from my end, Tom. One is I kind of like this draw for Paris. I think they were getting sneaky, a little more sneaky consistent. We had a big series from Fire now that he's running the AR. They might be well positioned here with this bottom half of losers to maybe go on a little bit of a run. I'm not really sure if the teams that are winners round 1 switch positions in the bracket, you know what I mean, who they play. And then look at the top. I actually really am curious in the bottom half of winners between New York, Empire, and Rocker. I feel like that's an absolute gauntlet on which that team can make it through. I think all 3 of them have a really good case.
Yeah.
I think those 2 matchups will be exciting.
Yeah, and I apologize. I said top 3 with Dallas and sub. Top 4, okay? Obviously, with the toss-up, the top 4 is insane. You got Faze, who I think is a clear number 1. Then you have New York, Dallas, and Optic, who in any order, you could put them wherever, but as of right now, it's hard to say, but New York looks really good to me. I think they deserve top 3. Optic obviously just beat Empire, so I'll say top 4. Does that make you guys feel better?
What about Rocker here? I think Rocker's like the biggest toss-up here, where it's like they've been playing super strong, and if they continue that form, they can upset any single team. Like any single team.
They're a great team.
They haven't played Faze yet, have they?
Hold on, and I say upset with like I don't know the word I'm looking for, but like I don't really mean upset. Like, is it even an upset if Rocker comes out and beats some teams that you would consider, I guess, on paper better than them? I don't think so. I feel like right now they're at the top of their game, especially their search and destroy. Obviously, they're a pretty well-rounded search team. So
yeah, I mean,
I think they're scary.
They were doing well before. They fucking couldn't win a hardpoint. They won like 1. Now they're actually winning. Like, I think they're the real deal right now.
Minnesota's another one you could put in that top 4 discussion because they've beaten Dallas, right? They obviously show signs of life versus Optic. They beat Optic, correct? Rocker beat Optic. They beat Dallas. So the Rocker's another one. Like, the top of this league is getting crazy. It's like it's so hard to even rank these teams, guys. It really is. We just have a lot of talent.
It's a good bracket to really see Roker. I mean, they got Subliners, Empire, like those guys are, I mean, fucking pretty much even. Like, one of them could be better than the other right now. No telling, but they're good teams. And then Roker's gonna face them, and then if they win, I mean, more than likely they'll get to play Faze, and I mean, it's gonna be crazy to
this is
really
such a top heavy. Look at the top of this bracket. Look at that fucking
I
shit.
think all these games, like
Holy
right here,
shit.
I mean, they really could go either way.
The way Rocker's playing right now, they're top 4 team, bro. And if they come out and they beat like some of these like teams again, because obviously they want to show consistency, you know. If they come out, they beat their Empires again, they beat their Optics, and hell, if they beat Faze, like these guys are literally gonna be. I just don't think anyone can say that they're not at least a top 4 team. Like
I feel like from what I've seen, just a little bit, like if you just compare it to fucking 8 other teams, like they look better than them.
Yep, no, for sure.
This is what we talked about on the show a couple of times. We know this team on the Rocker team. Now they're in a good position to show us
Dude, how do you say their name? Rocker?
Rocker.
And shout out to
No, it's not like
dude.
Al Roker.
You gotta give Sandy a shout out because he came in with hella pressure and he's delivered every match, literally. He's been playing so good, man. Like in every game 0-2.
Now that Spence brings it up, dude, what is going on with Florida, dude? Like,
I don't know.
I'll tell you whose fault it's not. Awakening.
Demon Joe?
Good, dude. I don't understand that team. I really don't.
I think they're inconsistent. I think Joe and Neptune have been like they're their best players. Neptune still has
Neptune's super talented and puts up kills, but he's still making some questionable plays on that.
I was gonna say that.
Sorry to cut you off.
Statistically, no, you're good. Statistically, they're their 2 best players, but Neptune's obviously still inconsistent and learning, and we just need to see consistency out of Skies, man. Like,
more teamwork out of them.
Yeah,
when they
that
come
too.
out.
Yeah.
It's just the teamwork, and with the teamwork, you get more consistency. And I think Parasite's right. I think if Skies is incredible. Skies is a great player. And you know what he could do. He showed signs of being a top AR, and he showed signs of some weakness. So you just want to see him find his form and find some consistency, which I think he will. Which is why I think this league is going to get really, really scary as time goes on. I mean, the COD League is absolutely incredible right now with the talent pool that we have. So it's gonna be crazy. Do you guys want to go into some predictions? I'm down to do some predictions. We started off with Optic Ultra. I'm gonna go Optic.
Well, do we want to do it by order of the day? Like, because we have to say our predictions for later. And
let's just go from top to bottom. What we see on the bracket. So I'm gonna start with Optic Ultra. I'm gonna go 3-1 Optic. I think Optic's gonna come out and smoke them personally.
I think that's a solid prediction. I'm gonna follow you up with that 3-1.
3-0 Ultra. I'm
gonna actually say this is tough. I'll say 3-1 Optic, and Ultra is gonna win the S&D.
Okay. Wait, you said 3-1 Ultra? Is that what you said?
3-1 Optic, Ultra wins the S&D.
Oh, okay. 3-1 Optic, Ultra wins S&D.
If it ends up being like raid S&D, actually, that could work out nicely for Toronto. But I don't think they're gonna match Optic on the respawns.
Damien, who you got?
I'm gonna go Optic. I want to say 3-1, but I don't know. I get some weird feeling that Ultra might push a game 5.
Yeah, I'm going 3-2 Optic.
3-2 Optic, Isam? Okay, so most people said Optic there. Now we move on to Subliners Empire. Of course, I got to go with my guys. I'm going with New York 3-1.
I'm going with New York 3-2, and I just think that the S&D woes are going to continue for Empire, and New York's going to win both of them.
I'm going to say New York 3-2, and for the exact same reason. I just think New York's the better S&D team right now.
Yeah, I'll go 3-2 New York. Yeah, fuck Asum. I mean, you guys just win a respawn and fucking win a search.
Appreciate it, Damon. You got to think.
You got to think. Asum, who do you got?
I think they're down in the dumps after that one.
Come on.
3-0 New York.
I love that, Zen. I'm backing you up.
I mean, listen, bro. That's just the way the world works. Clayster has to beat them. It's going to be convincing. Then he'll probably drop some fucking tweet that's like, "Should have kept me."
And then we move down.
What is their record against each other this year with this rosters?
They're 2-0 against us.
Yeah.
3. I mean, if you can't consider the kickoff, so yeah.
2-0. Don't consider that. We'll go with a 2-0. And then we go, but you guys have also improved drastically since the start, since you guys have played them.
True.
And you guys have also played them really, really close,
and we choked
and made a lot of mistakes.
Lead and a 2-0 control lead as well. So yeah.
Okay.
Over
that one then. Yeah. Let's forget about that one.
Regardless, it's gonna be a great series. 2 very good teams, and then we go on to LA Guerrillas versus the Mutineers. This one gets really tricky for me, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna see what you guys think.
Listen, I'm riding the Guerrillas momentum wave. I'm thinking Guerrillas 3-2. 3-2.
I'm agreeing. I'm gonna go Guerrillas as well. 3-2. I'm gonna say the same thing.
I'm going Florida 3-1.
Florida's a weird team. Like, they looked pretty good like the first 2 weeks of this split,
Yeah.
And then they played terrible this week. So again, have no idea what to read with this team. Like whether
Ben, have you also seen Demon Joe's tweets? He's been going through it, saying the fact that he's frying in scrims and he's dropping at 0.7 in matches. So the players at the Florida camp, I don't know what's going on, but they got to stop getting in their heads. They just got to play the game, and
that's why I'm picking them to win 3-1.
So it's
because honestly, they look like shit, but like for some reason, like they're gonna come out and they're gonna do well. Like I feel like it's gonna be their hot day this first day. Maybe not the next day, but this day.
I don't know. I'm gonna base it off of recent results. I'm gonna go LAG 3-2. I think they've been stronger at Surge. Mutineers obviously has more potential. I think they have the higher ceiling, but they have been putting it together. And if we were to base it off what we've seen this past weekend, I think it's a pretty easy pick with LAG.
Yeah, based on location, I'm going Florida. They're not getting that Rocky Mountain host this time, bud.
Here's what I would say is like if they played tomorrow, I would probably pick Guerrillas, but given a couple days, also it's sort of a weird matchup. I think both teams like kind of plays for slow and wait for people. They have good AR presence. Like I think it kind of plays in Florida's hand, but I'm gonna say it goes to a game 5 and I'll give it to Florida.
Well, Ben, isn't it I don't know what the schedule is, but isn't losers round 1 played on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Is it the first
they got
match?
3 days. They got 3 days or 2. Yeah. They got 2 days. They got 2 days of practice. They're back at it.
Yep, and then
not bad for LAG, I guess.
No, that's not bad at all. That's actually good for LAG.
Yeah.
And then we got going into the next series, we got Paris Legion versus 100 Thieves. I personally got Paris 3-1. I can see 100 Thieves taking a map here or there. I don't know which one it's going to be, but I think Paris is a stronger team here.
Is Kenny going to play by then?
He should. I hope so. I really hope the best for him. I hope he can get better.
I mean, if Kenny's not there, I'm going with Paris, like 3-0.
I'm going, Paris 3-0. I think Nicky D is going to come in, stage 2 major, Nicky D will do what Nicky D does best,
Yeah, I can't even defend Thieves anymore. I've been trying to say, like, this team can win. That's like if they come out strong, but holy fuck, they've been abysmal. I got to go Paris 3-0.
I think right now we just don't know what 100 team lineup it is, and I agree, same. It's just really hard to find any shred of optimism for the Thieves team. Paris is looking pretty good with the role changes. I think I got to go with Paris 3-1.
Parasite.
I think Paris is gonna win. Gotta show love to my boy Fire. I put a lot of faith in that kid, and I don't think switching him to the sub was a good idea.
He looks way more comfortable on the AR.
Yeah, he's way more comfortable. I mean, I played him with MW, man, and Azir Cave was our bread and butter, and let me tell you, that guy was a force. So seeing him using AR and having really good performances is great to see.
Dude, I swear, the first flank I was on, I was like, bro, I swear this guy needs an AR,
you did.
man.
You said that. Damon said that. Damon said that weeks ago on the flank.
The guy was bot walking with the sub, man. Like, guy needs a post-up strap.
Yeah, he ran a sub in MW besides on one map, and he was really good, but like this is a completely different sub game. And I
ran a sub in MW.
Yeah, it's a different game, exactly. That's why I'm saying.
Who did it?
No, you get the point that I'm trying to
make. We're just gonna forget about the M4 and MW. We can't forget about that.
Listen, I'm just gonna be a dick. I think he's a good kid. I think he has potential. I think he shits his pants in matches, and I'd rather someone shitting their pants than they are than a sub. That's where I'm at.
Fair enough.
True.
That's my honest opinion.
Wait, you rather someone shitting their pants running a sub? Is that what you said?
No, I'd rather someone
not
shitting their pants
with
with an AR
running a sub
rather than a sub.
So much pressure on you, man.
I'm gonna be honest. He looks just way more comfortable with an AR. Like, just looks like he's an AR player.
I mean, yeah, probably.
With a sub, it looks like he doesn't want to tell.
No, but
I think that's what Zid said though. Is like,
I've scrimmed against him. I played 8s against him. If he played with the same confidence as he does and shit like that in matches, like, I think they'd be a lot stronger. So like, I think he's a good sub player, just not in matches. Like, I'm not sure what it is.
He needs to get in touch with the devil, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
We also got Troy Sender in the chat. I see a bunch of people spamming Wender in the chat. Shout out to Sender, man. The team looks great, Troy. You guys look great. Hats off to you, man. You guys have been making improvements, and I can just see it in your game. I can tell you guys are working on stuff, so it's amazing to see. It's always cool to see teams progress as the year goes on. So hats off to Troy and Sender and all the guys over at Optic Chicago, man. So good job to them.
I haven't got any tweets saying I need to take Troy's spot this week, so that's a fucking good start.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens, right? They lose, and everybody points fingers at Troy for some reason, and then when they win, nobody gives them credit. So here I am, and I'm giving Troy credit because he deserves it. Troy absolutely deserves it. And hats off to them. People want us to do predictions for maybe what's going to happen in the next round, but we're going to save that for the next episode of The Flank, obviously, when the major's going on. We can't. I don't like doing predictions when we don't know who's going to be playing who. So we're going to take some questions in the chat, guys. I know the chat's a little hectic right now, so we're only going to do a few, but I appreciate you guys coming in. Any questions that you guys want answered, we'll try our best to see them in the chat, and we'll pick a couple or 2 or 3 questions that we like, and we'll call it a day. So ask away. And we're all here ready to answer, man. So
I just want to say, Zin, keep up the Pro 8's gameplay. I've been watching every night. You've been frying 6K, 7K damage with the main AR. You know, I love the gameplay.
Listen,
Zin. Keep it up.
I tweeted last night. I'm top 2 Craig, and I'm not 2.
Yeah, and honestly, I was watching your gameplay. And
listen,
I can back that
I'm
up.
being completely realistic. I actually think I'm a top 3 main AR right now, and obviously I'm biased. But I playing the game, I feel exactly how I did before I joined Rise in World War II. When I was teaming with Next Threat, and I knew I was better than everybody. Like, that's how I feel right now. And
I love that.
Listen, I was shit with the M4. I was uncomfortable with that gun. I feel very good with the Craig.
No, Zin, you look great, Zin. I told you.
No, you look really good.
And you're also very aggressive. You changed your gameplay up a lot.
Everybody thought I'm the super slug. I don't.
No, he used to be. He used to be.
World War II, when it was like, that was a good way for me to play though, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I think over the years though, you progressed a lot as a player. I really do.
Have you played, like, so you know how you said you announced that you were playing with Dylan Rex and Timmy and them? Have you played like scrims with them?
No, I'm playing with Western. Shit.
I'm talking Haggy. Sorry, yeah.
I'm sorry. My bad.
No, I haven't yet. I have to run a sub for that team, but I don't mind it, to be honest.
Okay.
I see Aches in the chat. Pat, what the fuck do you do these days?
Wait, what did he ask?
I don't know. The chat's moving too quick, but I saw his name and everybody's spamming Aches. What do you do?
We're running challengers up, man.
Dude, I asked you at the beginning of the year, and you didn't want to play, so.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not playing. You get me for one time.
No, hold on. No. Damon didn't want to scrim. He said, Damon said, yo, I'm down to play, but I won't scrim.
Listen, bro, half the people in there are trash, dude. Like, I get on and like with these people, and
Damon, you know what they lack?
Getting like top
critical thinking.
See, I would play with you, Damon. It's one of those things where like I have to look at the long term, and it's just frustrating.
Well, I hope I don't beat you, man.
I don't think you will, man. But
are you playing, Damon?
He wants to.
I mean, if I do, with someone, I will.
Hey, hot take. Live on the flank. Damon's looking to come in and maybe play. If anybody's looking for a player, I think Damon will be a really good player to pick up.
Yeah, I need to
look for the player.
I still have a CDL count, bro. I need to get in these 60 hertz 8s, bro, because I got some dirt being thrown on my name over my league performance. Just saying.
Get in there, Chris.
What are you trying to say, Haggy?
I already spoke about this on Twitter. Like, this is old news, but I was just so uncomfortable, and like I walked into a situation that I didn't even know was a thing, and like it just made it like I'm a very systematic player. I like to build like a system for a team. I like to be on the same page, and when I can't do that, then I'm gonna like suffer like pretty bad. So
yeah,
that's a scary reality. Is like you were put in a bad position, and I'll be honest, I don't think you played well, but you were put in a shit spot. It's like
you were.
And now it's like, it's hard for someone else to come up and be like, let's get Chris, when like you didn't play well. You know what I mean? Like
it'd be like joining Seattle last year. Like, good luck, dude.
Dude, the worst part was like this is just talking about that stint with London. Is like we all played bad. Like the only person who had like a good KD was Sean, right? And he's
sometimes,
right? And then on top of that, like if you go back, and this is one thing that like people won't see the statistics. If you go back and watch all our game 5s, because we went game 5 like 3 or 4 times, right? That could have changed. Against Dallas and a lot of these teams. Guess who was playing well game 5? Me. I had like 8 to 10 limbs. Like
talk your shit. Talk your fucking shit.
People don't see that, you know what I mean? So it's just
another example.
It's frustrating.
Is Spart. I mean, last year Spart joined LAG. He was fucking horrible. Right. I thought that kid was dog shit.
Okay.
And then this year he starts winning, and apparently he's frying. But it's like, from a pro perspective, like, bro, we know everybody. You know how hard it's actually going to be for Spart to get a spot right now. Like with expansion, if expansion happens, like different story. But like, it's very hard if you don't perform for your first chance. Like, it's very important to show out in your first. He would have been better off Killhorn. He would have been better off legitimately strictly playing for stats, because maybe he wouldn't be so fucked right now.
Yeah, it's one of those things that
one shot, one opportunity.
It's one of those things where people don't even people don't even like pay attention to the fact of the situations that a lot of these teams dropped into, like or a lot of these players dropped into. Like even Spart, for example, like he joined a broken LAG team. It's not even a shot to the players on there because a lot of those players are still good. Like look at Dusty, he's really good in challengers. Vivid's obviously performing really well. Like dude, he joined a team with zero leadership, and it was
Dusty?
Dusty, and Decimate, yeah, and also when I played with Spart, he was really good, and he played well for us at the Minnesota Open, the LAN event. So seeing him play like that, it was just red flags that he is not comfortable, and he's probably trying to play a way that he's just not, he doesn't want to, and you see that with players like I'm not even gonna say that 100 Thieves is holding him back, but Venom, I thought Venom was so good, and I played against Venom. I played a LAN event with him.
I think they are holding him back. I'd be shitting my pants if I was that kid.
And I saw him play at LAN versus really good teams, and granted it was a different game, and I saw him in this game succeed. That kid is fucking nasty, and just seeing him play the way he is on that team, it blows my mind. And sorry to keep you, Damon, but what that tells me is a lot of these teams don't take advantage of the players they have around them and build systems that help these people. Granted, they have limited time to that's a big reason why a player can either fail or succeed, and people won't realize that, man. People don't see that. People on the outside don't see that. Pro players are really biased and don't see that sometimes. So, and this is not even just relevant to me. This is relevant to players like that.
Every team in the CDL, they're trying to build into what Faze does, but it's you got to fit what your team is good at, what your strengths and weaknesses.
My motto as an AR is this.
I said that shit was gonna happen when I was on the flank. Fucking when he joined he's joined Slasher's team. He was never gonna play the same. Simple as that.
My motto as an AR is I'll get in the hill. You go do whatever the fuck you want to do. TJ, fly. Venom, fly. Go do. I don't care if you flank the wrong hill. Just go get kills, and I'll be in the hill. I'll get my streaks, and I'll pre-aim the black spawn to block it. Just fly, please.
Yeah, that works to an extent.
Dude, that guy was a beast in the challengers.
100, dude. So I played with him multiple times. He was by far the best sub I've ever played. In challengers, he was a rat, and he was disgusting. So he was Standy level good. The way Standy's performing was how that kid was performing in challengers, and it just blows my mind.
And now I'm watching this guy watch late flanks and shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's just not comfortable. I guarantee they a lot of these
play
teams
too structured, man.
A lot of these teams need to overhaul their systems, bro, because
it's too textbook.
Don't work.
Yeah. It worked in Black Ops 2. The game is just completely different. Back then, you could play textbook Call of Duty, preem, get all your kills. Now
you evolve or you fall behind.
Now you hold the heady, a Beezy, Snake slides around a corner, he jumps over a tree, and he fucking 360s you, and it's well, I'm dead in the back. They have spawns. So the game has changed. I think a lot of these teams are just super textbook. I think Minnesota was super textbook
Real
before
quick,
Standy.
I want to pivot over because we did have some questions that Ben pulled from the chat. I think Ben, I think you pulled 3 questions, Ben?
Yeah.
So let's go through them and run through them, and then we'll call the show. But what are some of the questions, bro? What did the chat hit us with? I know a lot of questions are coming in, guys. I wish I can answer all of them. I saw somebody say, "Can you give predictions for the match?" Just rewind it, bro. I don't know if you're late to the stream, but we did all our predictions going into the major. But Ben, what were some of the questions?
So the first question, and it's sort of a 2-part question, is who do you guys think is the MVP of Stage 2 right now? And who do you think right now would be your choice for the league MVP of the season?
MVP.
League MVP is a Beezy or Sim.
Someone on Faze, yeah.
You can start with this, Tom. Yeah.
I was thinking maybe Cell. I was thinking maybe MC.
I think it's Simp. Personally, if I had to choose one, I would say Simp, and then for this stage, I mean, most improved is by far Pristini. But
yeah, I agree.
For MVP for Stage 2, I mean,
Bandy, not even close. That guy, you can just see it in the team's performance. You can see it in his statistics. You can see it in his statistics. You can see it in the team's turnaround.
You're saying for Stage 2?
Yeah, Stage 2 right now at the moment, and then overall for the league currently. Overall for the league currently, my pick, Simp. Obviously, that guy's just different.
Hold on, Asim's a sleeper for Stage 2 MVP.
I'm not saying
Asim's a god.
All these players obviously aren't capable of it, but Standy's just turnaround for Rocker on top of his individual performance, it's inarguable. Like,
Yeah, but
I mean, definitely it's helped. It's only been 3 games though.
Listen,
Yeah,
hold
it's
on.
only been
It's
3
been
games,
really
and
good,
against
but
Nas,
it's
he
been
got the
3
point
games.
eight, so it's like, it's not like
I
that's
think
the best.
Priesta on AR is also a reason for it. Like I don't think like
Yeah.
Sandy is. I think more. The Sandy move was the most impactful thing, but I think Priesta being on an AR is also what's helping
Yeah,
that
AR
team.
stuff.
Like
I
don't
think
think
everything
my
complements each other, of
MVP
course.
is somebody on Faze, so I hope they play each other. So we see.
Yep. I think Asim's definitely up
Sorry,
there.
Asim. I
to
hope
be,
you make it there too.
I mean,
So, I hope these 2 play.
I mean,
the way
some point.
No, I was just gonna say I don't really want to be biased, but Asim, you've been incredible.
Yeah,
you've been absolutely incredible.
Obviously, like players like Asim and all these players have been good and great, amazing. They've impacted their teams, but you've seen them already do it in like stage 1. Like Asim literally had that run in stage 1 where he was disgusting. Me being one of the fucking victims of it, you know what I mean? But Standy literally turned that team around, played against 2 of the top 3 teams in the game, and world starred both of those teams.
No, he
like
don't. I tip that.
Right now, I think it's Standy. But if he does that versus Faze, well, if they play each other, good heavens, bro.
Maybe if he does versus Faze. I mean,
that guy's getting the super max, bro.
I mean, he really just fried first series. I mean, yeah, Clint. I think he went nuts first series. I don't think he's been like super crazy. He's been a good, solid player, but I don't think he was as crazy as he was in the first series.
Optic. He had a point against
listen,
the sample size is a lot different.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get Dave's prediction. We'll move on here.
My pick is Asim for stage 2 now.
Okay.
You're welcome, brother.
Appreciate that, Zen.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Let's move on to a second question. I'm gonna give you guys one more question about this major, then one like kind of general COD question.
Okay.
So, looking at sort of performances in stage 2, how teams did the major in stage 1. If you had to pick right now, who would be your favorite to win the tournament?
Faze.
Loving this question.
You gotta. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory, right? You gotta say Faze, because if you don't say Faze, you just sound stupid. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of teams who can push Faze to the limit and beat Faze. I don't think they're unbeatable. So I think it's gonna be a really good tournament, right? You saw LAG, Faze came out flat, and Faze can't do that again. So
okay, that's
we'll
good. So how about? I think we're all gonna agree Faze. If anybody, how about you just disagree right now if you don't think it's Faze, and then we can talk about who we think.
I mean, if
has
Faze
the
doesn't win,
potential to
Seattle
win
wins. There you go.
Besides Faze, yeah. So
that's where I was going to.
Who do we think can win? I mean, so the answer for all of us is Faze, but
other
who do we?
than Asim, obviously we shouldn't. Asim will say his team.
My pick is Toronto Ultra.
My pick is Optic.
Well, my pick is New York, and I think because New York can match them on some of these S&D maps and the respawns. If they somehow go Faze in the plane checkmate, I kind of really like a New York Faze matchup. I think it'll be probably the most interesting we can get in the major.
My pick is Optic because I watched Optic push Faze the limit before in the last stage, and Optic seems to me like they're showing signs of improvement in their weakest game mode, and they're still keeping their consistency in respawn, and just seeing them like make those improvements. Just if they play Faze again, they pushed them to the limit before when they were weaker, arguably. If they're getting better, then I could see them potentially beating that team and potentially winning the tournament if they make it that far.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion is gonna be biased, right? Like I'm going with New York. I know it's biased, but at the same time, like I could see New York taking it without a doubt. I just think they've been playing really, really well. I think Asim's at the top of his game. I think Clay's at the top of his game. Max improvement throughout the year has been incredible to see. He's a tough kill on the map, and he plays his life really well. He's annoying to play against, and same with DiamondCon. Like the whole team has just been firing on all 4 cylinders. So as long as you guys keep it up, Asim, I could definitely see you guys taking it for sure. Yeah. So I know it's biased, guys, and obviously people are gonna say biased, but it's honesty, man. I really think you guys can take it, and obviously you guys are my guys, so I'm gonna be rooting for you guys every step of the way. But what are you gonna say, Zin? Sorry if I cut you off.
I mean, obviously I'm biased when I say Ultra too, but like I'm not kidding when I say if Ultra comes out and starts strong on a weekend, they're super good. And like I obviously watch the scrims, like I think they're the most underrated team right now when it comes to potential. Obviously they got to put it together, but it's kind of like last year when we won our home series. Like we just had a super good weekend and we were like really good. Everybody's saying Linny, but I truly mean this. Like when Cammy's popping off, when Kleenex is popping off, like they're not an easy team to beat.
No, they're not. I think Ultra just needs to find some consistency, and if they do, they'll obviously be incredible. But right now, I don't know. With the inconsistencies that I've seen from them, I don't see them taking it, personally. I don't think they can be consistent throughout the whole tournament. That's my honest opinion.
I'm not capping. I swear. But, I mean, yeah, no, I agree. Consistency obviously is probably the biggest struggle right now. But if they fix that for this weekend, I think they'll be good.
And then,
yeah,
what do you?
I mean, like for us, like I feel like we're just super confident. Like obviously we fell short against Faze and it was a 3-1 loss, but besides Faze, like I think we're a top 2 team right now. We're looking as if like that's who we are. That's what we say to each other every day. If we come out and show out for this major and hopefully play Faze in the finals, we'll see what happens, because I think we match up really well against Faze. I think the last time we played them, it didn't really seem like we were trying, like, I don't know, we just didn't seem like ourselves. But hopefully, like, we come out and we show out for the major and get into the grand finals, because last major we fell short and lost in the losers finals. So hopefully we make that one extra step and actually make it to the grand finals and see what we can do.
Oh. Is there anybody else? Damon, did you say your opinion?
I mean, like, I would like for Optic to win. I think they do have a chance, like Chris said, but I think they have to play absolutely flawless. And I mean, I'm not going to say they're there yet, but I think that in time they can get to that point. I don't know right now if it's going to be enough to beat someone like Faze. I'm going to go with Faze, and then I don't know. Like, I think if it's not Faze, someone in the winner's bracket is probably going to win. I think there's maybe like 2, maybe 3 teams who have like the mental capacity to like actually win from the losers. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Faze.
Yeah. I thought Parasite was taking. I thought he was taking a leak in his garbage can for a second. I said, "What the fuck?"
Wait, Ben, is there another question?
Yeah, we got one more. I think.
Another question.
I thought don't you have one more?
I got one. I got one more question.
Go ahead, Asim, if you want to ask the last question then.
Okay, so like I don't know if you guys have watched, but another great COD podcast is the Hardpoints, and I feel like it was like 3 episodes ago.
Shout out to the Hardpoints, by the way. If you guys haven't seen Hardpoints, go check it out.
Made it in chat, Mark in the chat.
Yep, great show.
Wait, do they still do that?
Yeah, they do, and it's actually really good. It's probably my favorite.
Yeah,
it's my favorite podcast.
I used to watch it. I didn't even know. Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were talking about like the situation with us and like how like they brought in such a huge asset from the EU with Hydra, and how he just came to the States and he's been playing with the academy team. They were saying like, well, I think Merc started it, but I want to know how you guys feel about it. Like if like you know, Tommy, Clay, Mac, they had this strong like idea in bringing Hydra into the starting lineup before the season started, and obviously with things getting switched in and out,
a lot's changed.
Like, yeah, lots changed, right? And now that Hydra's in the US, like Merc basically said, hey, like if you guys believed him in the offseason, why don't you believe him in now? Like, why don't you put him in the starting roster? And like obviously different people had different opinions on who they should take out. Like Thieves said Hydra should come in for Mac if they were gonna do it, and Merc said Hydra should be put in for me if they were gonna put him in. But overall it sounded like they agreed that Hydra should be put in. So I want to hear your take on like what you guys think and why Hydra should be put in, and if so, like, yeah.
I mean, I'll start off real quick because it is the New York team, and obviously those are my guys. I don't change what's or don't fix what's not broken. That's my opinion, just to sum it up real quick. But you guys can give your opinions on it.
I have. You want to go, Ben? I start off because I didn't touch the last one. I apologize, but I think like, especially when a player moves from a non-English speaking country to an English speaking country, and especially in competitive gaming where you're going into a job that has high stress and your performances are very public and there's a lot of pressure, that giving him time to settle is really helpful. European soccer is probably, and like soccer in general, is probably the only real analogy that works here, because you have players that move from small parts of Argentina and Brazil and maybe countries in Africa, and they move to a big football club in England or Spain, and it takes them a little bit of time to get used to it. And I think with Hydra, New York's doing the right approach, and I think they should keep doing it, where they should give him time, get comfortable playing in their system with their coaching staff, getting comfortable living in the U.S., and then when the time is ready, when the team needs a change, he's next up and he gets an opportunity.
Why though? He's not even the best in the NYSL Academy team.
That's a decision you would make when you have to rotate a player.
Saint is by far the best in the NYSL Academy team, and then I'd say Spart.
I don't know if Nato's personality would work with those players.
I just really good, bro.
I mean, Nato's personality clearly is a factor in
Nato
why
is by far the best player on that team.
But yeah,
but Nato's got a very like expressive personality, and I don't know if like him, Clay, the players in that team. And I don't want to.
I don't think Clay would deal with it.
It's a weird 100%. Mix. But my caveat on it, Zim, was like less about who do you call up from NYSL Academy. It's more like think of Hydra as a multi-year deal. You don't have to use him in the first part of the year. Use it to get to the point where you get value from offering him that contract, from giving him that opportunity.
I mean, listen,
and that might be 6 months from now.
Wait, can I also
that might
add
be 2 months from now.
Ben? Go ahead. Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the other thing I was gonna say is that I guess I worded the question like Beto Maven said in the chat that Joe's main point into putting Hydra in now was that you better put him in now if you're ever gonna do it versus if you would put him in stage 4. But I mean, at the same time, like I don't know, like that's that's what Joe's main point.
Do you want to give me the 100 IQ play though?
If New York is actually like 100% going to start Hydra this year, I agree. You might as well do it sooner rather than later. But it's like, how can you watch a team performing well that isn't even at their peak yet and make a change? And also, I played with someone who doesn't speak English as their first language last year. I played with Metals, and Metals speaks good English, but it still wasn't good enough for like what we needed. Like, obviously, you guys know how chaotic respawn comms can get. He speaks good English, but not good enough for what we needed. And I hope if New York plans to put that kid in, that they have an English teacher.
Yeah,
for him.
I think he has an English coach. I think he does.
I think he's been trying to learn the language since he's got here. I'm pretty sure New York has been helping him out with that.
One thing that Maven's point, which I think is interesting, I'm gonna put on my sort of like general manager roster construction hat here for a second, look at it less from a player angle. So like the contract situations change with players, right? When you offer a player a contract, you have an option the second year of that deal. So it's like essentially a 2-year investment unless you either don't renew after the first year or you buy them out of their contract to reduce the rest of the ranks. So there's no rush on New York because they're on the hook for paying him the rest of the year to have to call him up now. You have a full time to evaluate him. And beyond that, you can then commit to him for a second year or even wait longer before you know what his product or what his ceiling is. I don't think there's really pressure or should be pressure on them to actually call him up.
I mean, my opinion on this is I think, well, look at right. So you have the core 3. Well, then the thing happened with Tommy, unfortunately. But like Asim comes in, Asim is doing a really, really good job. And then you have Diamond Con. Like personally, I probably would have got rid of if I really wanted to play with Hydra and like we wanted and he like say like he is that good. Yeah. I probably would have had Hydra for Mac and have Asim and him fucking run around and cause havoc. But I mean, I don't know. Right now, it's like it's too hard because everyone's performing well. They're not doing bad. Like
they're a top 4 team.
Yeah, like
right now, you wouldn't really need to.
I think Mac is disgusting.
I think Mac is a beast too.
Their entire team is good and they've been placing well. The only way,
my opinion, just saying.
The only way that they bring Hydra onto the roster is if they just have a full collapse and start playing like shit, or if they really feel like they've hit their limit, and they're not winning, then that's the only other way. But other than that, I don't think it's warranted. I don't think it'd be fair to any of the players that are currently competing in the roster. And I think they do what I said, or they just wait till next year and reevaluate their roster, or just sell them somewhere else if they're not going to use them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I, like to the people in the chat also, like I was just simply asking a juicy question. I feel like it was a pretty good topic. Like obviously I can say it now, like New York is not making a change. I've been told that. I know that because I'm a player. We're not going to be making a change for Hydra. I just simply wanted to ask, like, see what people were thinking, because the whole Merc's main point was that if you're going to do it, you better do it now. But like I feel like you guys were saying, like we're playing well. There's no reason for one. So I mean that comes to the conclusion. I'm glad we settled on that.
Yeah, the last thing on that, Asim, is like you've offered him this contract, you're paying him, right? Like if you called him up and then he wasn't worth it, and then suddenly the contract's no value, it's like by waiting until the right moment to call him up, he's of no value to other teams. And so you just need to stick with that commitment and wait for the right opportunity to see what he can bring and make sure he's comfortable when he comes up.
Hey, at least you know the team has faith in you guys. Otherwise, one of you might have got the can, so that's a good thing.
And for the New York fans out there, stop like bringing that up, because I can only imagine
that's why I had to bring it up too, man. They always bring it up. Dude.
Yeah, I can only imagine that puts so much pressure on the players that like you just don't want if you're a fan of the team. You want them to perform
100%.
well.
Like why? They're doing good.
Let them do what they do, and if something, like, dude, there's these teams like Guerrillas in Seattle before that were honestly performing bad, and like those topics are warranted. But for New York, it's not. They've been playing good. They just got third at the major. They still kept it up in groups. Like, let them do what they do and stop putting pressure on these players, man.
Like they were in like the worst situation possible this year, like straight up.
Yeah. I mean, to add on to that though, at the end of the day, and just giving you advice, Asim, and to the rest of the team, ignore it all, right? I mean, you guys are professionals. Don't look into it, and I would hope from an organization standpoint as well, nobody from behind the scenes is looking at any of the stuff said on social media and just trying to making their own decisions, because I think those are the teams that do the best.
Some of these organizations take Reddit serious. It's fucking scary, man.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. It's scary.
I mean, yeah, and also, Damon, to further your point, like, before even stage 2, if we're really putting things into perspective, like, the only reason why I was on New York was because of Tommy. So going into stage 1, I had maybe 2 weeks of practice with me, Zoomaa, Mac, and Clayster, and me, Mac, and Clay have never met. Like, we were complete strangers. So as soon as literally 2 weeks into stage 1, when Zoomaa announces that he got injured and he needs to step down, right away I'm like sort of an outsider on the team. I don't know anyone on the team besides Zoomaa. So when he stepped down, I was kind of like, like pretty much by myself at the time. And then we pick up Diamond Con. None of us knew anything about it. It was more so a Bobble and a Clayster decision. So then we go into a team vibe where like we're not even like sort of a team. We don't know each other.
How did we all get here?
Yeah, how did we all get here? Exactly. And all we see on Twitter is, when is Hydra coming here? When is Hydra coming here?
Right.
So it's like it's this pressure on top of that. So it's like not even a team vibe. It's pressure on top of that. Then we somehow come out and get third in our pool. Then we somehow get third in the major. So it's like we fought through all that pressure.
That's the icing on the cake. Yeah. That's the icing on the cake, bro. You guys fried, and you literally made a huge impact for your team's early success this season, man. You were absurd.
Dude, I remember talking to someone. I was like, bro, like, dude, Asim ain't doing shit right now. And the next thing you know, then a week later, like, dude, you actually made like crazy improvements. Like,
I appreciate that.
And it's stuck. Like, it's mind blowing.
The whole topic turned from pressure into like, now it's like an annoyance, because like now we're a team. Like, all 4 of us, like, we are really comfortable with each other. We have the chemistry. Like Clay said in his interview yesterday, like against Toronto, statistically, no one really played good against Toronto. The chemistry and the teamwork is what came out on top. And that goes to show you that we're a top
people
team
can't
now.
respect like
they've been
how
talking
you
about
guys have straight up turned it around, like who fucking cares then? Like,
that's why I hate that every team doesn't go to champs, because everybody is just trying to like shortcut and get new players and make changes. It's like, let the fucking team play. It's like, oh my god, they didn't have a stage 1. Good stage 1, maybe they'll have a good stage 2. It's like everybody's like, oh my god, we got to get points, we got to be good now, let's make a change now. It's like, how the fuck can you actually grow and become a better team when you're trying to change your roster every single time there's hardship? It's like,
then we get third, and people are asking for Hydra in right away. It's like,
COVID didn't happen last year. Would Optic have been at champs or no? Like Optic, not Chicago.
No, they wouldn't have.
And then they placed like what, like pretty good, right? Ish.
Top 5 through 6 or top 4.
Yeah, they made a little bit of a run.
They did make a run.
Better than compared to what they like were.
I mean, to be fair, Damon, we also don't know how they would have placed at like future LAN events after the LA home series.
Hey, we don't know how the people one would have placed at the future LAN events.
So it's tough to predict, but it's a good point. Like, especially with that cutoff, how it would have played out.
And just to add on to that, a lot of people are like, well, how did we all get here? The teams come together.
Yeah.
I built the fucking team. So I built the team, and then when I kind of stepped down, it was weird because I was the mastermind behind it.
Forefront.
I was the mastermind behind it. I obviously got Mac on the team, and then I obviously Clay and me were talking, and I was able to get Clay on the team, and then I begged for Asim to get on the team, and then it sucked.
Diamond Con was Bobble's son, but besides that, 3/4 of the roster was all you, Tom.
And it sucks, man, because I really wish you guys talk about this stuff. It kind of hurts a little bit. No cap. I wish I was playing.
Yeah, you were my duo, bro.
It makes me sad, bro. It's hard to talk about, honestly, because I wish I was playing. And a lot of people could say whatever they want, but I made the decision for the betterment of the team. And people could say, he's made of glass, he's soft, or whatever. But at the end of the day, I can't control what's wrong with my hand. And even if I can use a controller and still play to a high level, going up against some of the best players in the world is just like, come on. You know what I'm saying? I think it got to a point where it was like, dude, if I can't do Zoomaa things, why put myself through the stress, put my team through the stress, and mentally it just wasn't there. So
yep, and I honestly respect you for that, Tom, because honestly, if you didn't step down when you did, and you pretty much like sort of you could have totally like hid your injury and wasted stage 1 for us and like try to play it off, and then after like a poor performance in stage 1, you realize, oh man, I can't play. But instead, you did the heads up play, and you noticed that I can't play right now. You did it in ahead of action, which I really respect.
It sucks, but it's good to see. What's up?
There's a quote that athletes die twice, and it's you can say what you want about esports players being athletes, but it's like, I mean, for example, right? If I were to lose my chance of playing pro COD tomorrow, it's like I've been doing this for 10 years. It's like all I know. It's what I love to do. It's like it's not easy being you and stepping away from F1. Exactly. It's not. It's probably one of the hardest things in the world to step away and watch all your friends still compete,
dude,
right?
it sucks.
But I mean, gratefully, I mean, your fucking support's been crazy. I mean, look at you right now. You're killing it. So listen, we're happy for you, kid.
And that's one thing, right? Like I think the support and all the love that everybody's shown. Obviously, I came up with a good idea here with the flank. I think the show's been doing really well. But even just the stream, right? Even when I'm not doing the show, you guys show a lot of support. We always have a lot of fun playing some games. And shout out to Zoomaa, man, because you guys definitely helped me out in my mental state when I got on here. And you guys have showed me this much support. So it's been absolutely incredible. And I do want to end the stream there because we've been going for a minute, bro. So I just want to thank everybody coming on. Shout out to Methods, Parasite, Karma, Asim, and of course Attach. It's been absolutely incredible. This is probably my favorite show just because I like having everybody on and giving their opinions. And we'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys, I guess, during the major, right? Is when the next one will be. So after the first day of the major, and I will be streaming. I'll be streaming for the next 20 hours, man. We're going for a 24-hour tonight. So
have fun with that, brother.
We're gonna play some games.
Boys, I'll catch you guys later. It's been fun.
Later, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks for having me on, Tom.
Thank y'all for tuning in, man.